promise you I have information, and it's a lot. So if you haven't been paying attention, within the last few days, I have had a couple people join my lives that had been basically making videos to roast other people that were enemies of Gypsy and defending Gypsy and by proxy for Bree or whatever, or a Bree by proxy for Gypsy. And over the course of the last 2 days, there has been those two creators. So Erin and Internet Sweetheart, who I've spoken to, Erin has provided me access to a Discord that barely was around. It was like available for one day. And then she kicked everyone out because they were basically warehousing information about content creators for the sole purpose of doxing. Not because they were being content creators, but this was the purpose of being malicious, to attack anyone that spoke about Gypsy or Bree. I guess in a way, if you talk about Bree, you're talking about Gypsy, because really no one cares about Bree unless it has to do with Gypsy, because really no one cares about Bree. We just know that she does really ridiculous things. She's very reckless, and she has given terrible advice to her. So I don't know if you all remember, but back in July, do you all remember that Bree told her that she should lie to parole? Do you remember that? It was like there was a video, and she was on the phone with Bree, and Bree was going live on her YouTube channel, and it was before the live happened, and she forgot to turn her camera off or her microphone off. I don't know. She was live when she was on the phone, and she just covered the camera, but she kept talking on the phone. So if you don't remember,
yeah. Well, hopefully
this is what was.
Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully they need. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they should have to need. They should have to need proof. Like, they can't just use a text. I feel like not even a text message. They should have it. Like, I don't know. Somebody could have got hold of your phone. Like, I don't know, something. Like, because people can use, there's like all kind of crazy phone apps and everything, girl. There's phone apps that can actually send you message that you can, okay, so there's phone apps where you can type in, like your number. Say somebody can download this app, type in your phone number, and then send a text to someone, and it'll show that it's coming from your phone even though it's not. Wow. Yes, that's why I feel like there's no way they can send you back to prison on this. Like, I would even bring up that, be like, I absolutely did never, like, I would be like, I would lie. I would say, absolutely didn't, and I feel like there has to be a way that this text message was like falsified or whatever. I don't know. I would just fight for your life, girl, because there are ways. That's the reason I feel like at the end of the day, like, they would have to prove it, because there are ways for people to do that. There are actual apps, girl, real apps that will show it's your phone number, even though it's not. Oh shit.
Okay, so that's how it started. She was about to go live, and she was telling Gypsy, she was on the phone with Gypsy. Gypsy had to meet with her parole officer about a possible parole violation related to. People did send this to her PO. This happened back in July. This isn't brand new. But it was during the same period that I told you that she had been reported to her parole officer because she had been communicating with inmates. And then there was also conversations that she was drunk when she was with her cousins at a bar. And so there was a couple issues happening, but the specific issue at hand had to do with her communicating with inmates. And that came out of Christy's mouth to me. And of course, Bree and Gypsy and Christy and that whole motley crew went on lives and said we were all lying about this happening. And she told them, don't believe Katie, she's a liar. We kicked her out of the program. We kicked her out of the family. We wanted nothing to do with her. She's a liar, right? And then Bree went on live I don't know if it was the same day, the next day, and she lied and said that she didn't have this conversation, and she lied about what we heard. She was trying to gaslight the audience that this never happened, okay? And over the course of a couple days, and this happened, and she knew it was on her page. She knew it was there. She didn't take the video down, and she contacted some of her friends, and it says, Someone saw at the beginning of that live, everyone is tagging me and I can't tell you what, help me if it's all good. I really need to talk to you. I don't want to bother you if you're sleeping. I just want to know how to handle this. Oh, wait, that's not what I really needed. And then she also sent another one that I forgot to screen the text. Hang on one. Okay, I actually have it. It's an audio clip, though. I have to figure out how to do that. I don't think I can do that this way. Okay, I'll have to play it on my phone. Okay, so she was panicking about this because obviously she's telling Gypsy to lie to her parole officer and she wants help to figure out, like, what should I tell the people online? I have to do something. I've got to go into damage control. And so this afternoon, there's been about 5 or 6 people that were connected to Bree and Gypsy that were all kind of doing the same shit together. But recently, some of Bree's behavior has made them disconnect from her because of what she was doing. And Bree online has been acting like this whole fight is about someone took screenshots in a Discord. And that's actually not why people are upset. The Discord screenshot is kind of a red herring straw man argument. The issue is that she was in a Discord and she and Beth were dumping information and planted Bunny, and they were basically putting all kinds of information in there to dox people. And some of the people that were in there were like, we don't want to be a part of this anymore. This is getting out of control. And then Aaron, an internet sweetheart who didn't really know them, just wanted to be away from this because it wasn't what they were about. Okay. And I can. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm going to play it from my computer. So on August 1st, she sent a copy of this video of her telling Gypsy to lie to her parole officer. And she shared it, and then she sent a voice memo to the person, okay? And this is what Bree is telling her in the voice memo.
Okay, look, so I'm gonna unprivate it. It doesn't start really until like 10 minutes in, because look, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. And I really hope, I don't think there's much people in there. I think there's like maybe 3. And hopefully nobody heard like and recorded it, because the first part is, because I don't know how to edit it. Like, because I was gonna cut it out, but like, the first part cannot be seen by anybody, because you're gonna hear it. It's me like talking to Gypsy about something that I shouldn't, like, that nobody was supposed to hear. But I mean, they don't know what it's about.
So she said, the first part of the video is me talking to Gypsy about something that nobody is supposed to hear. And that's Bree leaving a voice memo to one of her friends that is disconnected from her recently. Okay? This was the video where she was telling Gypsy to lie to her parole officer.
If they did hear it, but it's basically me saying a lie about something, because people keep reporting her to this girl that she knows, Amelia, the one that's in prison, like her girlfriend or whatever she is supposedly supposed to go on Morbid tomorrow and reveal like some secrets that from Gypsy, and she's nervous about one thing, which I don't state in the live, but my fucking stupid ass had started it and I wasn't even thinking, and oh my god, just please make sure, like, I don't know how to edit it out, so I'm just trusting you. I mean, I know you're not gonna put it out there. I mean, it doesn't say what the context is about, but it talks about, like, anyway, you'll hear it, but just, I can't believe I did that. Anyways, just let you know.
So Bree knew that this video was up on her channel. She knew in the first part of the video, she was on the phone. She was on the phone with Gypsy telling her to lie to her parole officer. She leaves a voice memo from her friend and's like, fuck, this is on my video. I haven't privated it because everyone, like, nobody has really watched the video. I don't know how to edit it out. I mean, Bree knew before anyone saw this that this was on her page. and she kept it up. She didn't take it down. And then not long after she did that, a content creator here on TikTok clipped it and put it out. And Bree started panicking. So today, I was given the full live that she did that Bree has taken off of her YouTube channel, but I was also given all of the recordings and voice memos of Bree telling the friend what she told Gypsy to do, the lie she told to tell her, and then what she said on live right after she spoke to her friend. So she spoke to her friend and said, I told Gypsy to lie. I haven't shared any of this yet, okay? This is from July. But I'm sharing this because I want people to understand, like, I've been saying for months that the Blanchards know what's happening behind the scene. They know that Gypsy's a mess. They know that she's violating parole. They know what she's doing is wrong. But then publicly, they all go on their platforms and fucking lie for her. They all go online. So absolutely nothing you hear out of Bree's mouth can be trusted because she's lying. So here are what some of the voice memos were.
Okay, now about the stuff that was said. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should try to edit it and then be like, this is actually what it said, like saying that, like, I don't know, probably I should be it's stupid. Or make up something like, oh my god, I cannot believe I accidentally did that. I just don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to do anything stupid, but I know that it has to be addressed. It has to because I know Nina or Starlight or somebody's gonna put something out about this. Like, not that many people have seen the video, but people are tagged in it, and I know that they're gonna talk about this, and they're gonna say something like that's not like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. But what made her make that video? Did you recently talk about that? The reason I'm asking is because I made a comment on her video, talking about her false realities, and I'm like, what were you? An army, Air Force, a producer, a director, a writer, a waitress, a wedding planner, a tutor. I'm like, did I forget anything? An actress, a singer. I'm going the whole.
So the same night that she was talking about this with Gypsy, she was supposed to be deflecting from Gypsy's possible parole violation by going live to misdirect people to look at Fancy. So anytime you see any of these people come on here and start talking about Fancy or talking about me or talking about someone else, they are gaslighting. Hi, Erin.
Hey.
So, I've been getting information.
Dreamer just messaged me. And just basically told me that none of them blame Ethan and I, and it wasn't us, and Bree doesn't have a problem with me. And I said, well, I have a problem with Bree, and this is why. She should never have sent a voice message that was shady and deceitful, because you can't screenshot those, to my friend, her acquaintance. She should have never messaged Ethan, not once, but twice, and then dirty deleted the second message, making him think that I am being brainwashed by somebody. The opinions I formed on these women are my own opinions. I'm not brainwashed. So that's it. That was my excitement.
Okay. So a bunch of people have come forward that were in all of that Discord. Mm-hmm. And I'm sharing, we're not talking about that, but we're talking about is, you weren't around for this, but Gypsy violated her parole. And Bree actually told Gypsy to lie to her parole officer.
Oh, God.
And she posted a video she was like live on YouTube, and Gypsy called her on the phone, and she said, I would just lie to your parole officer. And trying to tell her how to get out of this because Gypsy was communicating with inmates. And it was months ago, though. But I have stuff you haven't heard yet, as seen on TV. So that's what we're listening to.
So it's like, everything's fine. But yeah, this is how the stupid thing is. On the post they made, they're saying that we're talking about Nick, like texting him. That's so stupid. Like, what makes people think that's about Nick? That's so dumb. She also told the In the Weeds people. I'm pretty sure she said she served time too. I'm pretty sure that's what she fucking said. Do you have my comment? I wonder if she deleted it or not. The video is not good though. It's not good. Like, I'm surprised only 33 people liked it. Maybe because this person is like a fake account type shit. I know. I'm so fucking mad at myself. I wasn't even thinking, like, I was not even fucking thinking. Like, I want to say, I don't remember. I can't remember, like, we were midway through the conversation, so she must have been, I think I was starting, because I wanted people to know that I was going to YouTube, and I wanted people to know that I'm there, that I'm about to show it, you know, because I wasn't getting on YouTube on my phone, I was on my computer. So I had the phone and all set up, and I was just about to start, and Gypsy happened to call me, and I hate myself. Right, I know, like, these people are that crazy, like, this is right, like, my people from TikTok hadn't even, like, got off the app and came over to YouTube yet. That's how fast these people are to get over here. The thing is, okay, like, I want to address it, but at the same time, like, people can try to think Gypsy trying to get in touch with me, that's not what this was about at all. Like, so they're dumb, and our PO knows this, like, you need a text message. Okay, think about this. In there, I say, I think they'll need more than just a text message to prove that, or whatever I said, because what I'm talking about is something that you would need more than just a text message, in my opinion. Like, with Nick, a single text message to him would prove that she's talking to him. Like, that's stupid that people... How do you know, how are you going to say the context is this without showing proof that that's the context? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would you know? It wouldn't make any sense. You know, I know why I'm, like, stressed eating right now. Like, I have no food in my house. Like, I need to go to the store. Like, I just finished, like, the leftovers from my husband. Like, when he brought home to eat tonight. I'm like, you want that? And he's like, no, like, I'm eating it. Like, I feel like I'm so stressed right now. Well, I muted it. So they shouldn't... I'm pretty sure I muted it, so that's why they don't have the whole thing. Yeah, thank God. We didn't say what it was out loud. Like, why would she contact Nick anyway? And girl, I just scared the fuck out of myself. I pressed play, and all of a sudden I hear like this, like, I don't know, just like this music, okay? And it's like, welcome to the, it's like the beginning of Hunger Games, I guess. It's like, welcome to the whatever year of Hunger Games. And I'm like, oh my God, somebody went in and edited my video. Oh my God, somebody got to YouTube. And then I realized that like something else was playing on my computer in the background. Well, if you think explaining it could possibly help you help me, then I will, but you can absolutely not. Like, if I tell you this, that means, like, I am not told anybody this. Not even Planty, not Crystal, not Katie, not, like, literally anyone. It's not nothing horrible, but it is something that I just have to, like, I have to know that I'm there. Like, I mean, I trust you. But, anyways, but yeah. Just, I don't know why I'm still sitting here, but yeah, I could, I have a new phone, so I can't get the old phone, so I can tell, Gypsy, like, she probably has the messages still, because I actually been wanting her to go back into our messages and get me, some other stuff, because, oh, that's not an actually, in my phone, I have so much stuff in my phone, and I told you about, I don't know if you answered me this question already, can you do a voice call? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so she was leaving voice memos to people, to this friend, right? And I'm not talking about Vinny. I'm not talking about anything, Krista. That's completely off topic here. Okay, so she's telling them that Gypsy sent messages to someone, right? And she wants Gypsy to lie to her parole officer because if she finds out that she's done this, she could get in really big trouble. And then she tells her friend that she's never told anyone what Gypsy did that could get her in trouble. So then she gets on the phone with the friend, and then she lies to the friend, and the friend told me that the parole officer was going to possibly violate her for getting drunk with her friend, with her cousins at a bar. But that's not what happened. I mean, she did get drunk at a bar. She did. That did really happen. But she was using Ryan, her husband Ryan's account to talk to inmates. and she flashed a bartender, right? And this was all during the time that Zora came out and basically said that Gypsy was getting in trouble with her parole. And it was the same time that I told you that Christy was worried that Gypsy was going to get violated and sent back to prison. And this was the same time that this was the last time I had contact with them because they lied to me about what happened. They said it was a single message from someone on TikTok, but that's not what happened. Gypsy was using Ryan's account to talk to Amelia and 2 other friends in prison. And Bree was trying to tell her she should lie to her parole officer about this. And then this was the same time that they were going live and saying that we were liars, okay? So during that time, she went live right after she got off the phone with her friend who she spoke to and was telling her all this bullshit. And then she went live and completely, the getting drunk was before she was pregnant, Faye, so it was before she was pregnant. The getting drunk with her cousins happened in before she was pregnant. So no, her parole is over in June, and that's irrelevant. Then Bree goes on live and she lies about what happens and she smears me during this. Okay. So she went on live and said, I didn't tell her to lie to her parole.
What happened with that?
Have you seen the video?
No, I haven't seen it. I was on vacation. I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, where you been?
Well, the video is me, and I'm talking to Gypsy, and I'm she was saying something I forgot. I was I don't think just a text message could get you sent to jail, and or something like that. And then and plus I was they have people that literally you can there's these apps that can you send text messages from your number. And it'll say it's from your number, and she was wow, and I'm yeah. I was and then what I said was I said I would lie. What I was talking about, and I'm not going to go over this for long, but what I was talking about was, say for instance, people like KJ. I'm gonna give an example. She has put out so many messages from them, and it's spoofing. It's a real thing. It's spoofing. It's a very real thing.
Yeah. Whenever you text somebody from one of those apps, it's called being spoofed. They spoof your number. My psycho.
I thought you were saying she just said, "Why were you so spoofed?" It sounded like she said spoofed, but she said spoofed. But anyway, so I was explaining to her because people are constantly asking her questions, and KJ, for instance, I was I would just lie. You don't have to tell everybody your business, because what happens is they betray her and they turn around and they put all these text messages out, and then they'll delete what they said or cover.
Okay, so what she did was she told Gypsy to lie to her parole officer, and then to deflect the fact that she told Gypsy to lie to her parole officer, she made up a lie in a story and said that KJ, who is me, Katie, is always putting out messages, and you don't have to tell Katie anything. You don't have to tell anyone of these anyone your business. And then all of her people betray her trust by posting all this information about Gypsy. So she turns around and deflects from the fact that she told Gypsy to lie to her PO, and she told her audience that I was putting out content and that Gypsy should lie to me. And should lie that these are not real messages. And that's not what happened. So she gaslit Rogie, Sarah Elise, Crystal, Amelia Quinn, Just Katie, and Kai, or whoever is in there, Carrie. So all of these people believe false things about people and believe what Bree tells them, because why would Gypsy ever lie? Why would they tell her to lie? Except you guys, she went live. Before she did this live, she told one of her TikTok friends on the phone that Gypsy was in trouble with parole.
They said, so no one gives one side to the story. And she was wondering, can somebody go to my PO? Because they always send it off. She's what if something like this was to get me in trouble? And I was I don't think you can just get it sent back to jail over a text message. That's what I was talking about.
That's not what she was talking about at all. The very next day, Gypsy was going to meet with her parole officer to find out what was going to happen with this situation, because Gypsy was caught communicating with inmates in prison. So she said that I was going to turn her into prison, or someone was going to turn her into her PO. And she gaslit everyone to try to believe that it was my fault. not that Bree is the one that told her to lie. And people believed Bree. And today I got audio proof of her saying, I told Gypsy to lie to her parole officer. And so this is why, Brianna, people don't want to be your friend. She is spending all of this time right now trying to smear her friends that have defected from her and cut ties with her and saying that they're the problem when she's the one that's been the problem the whole time. When she's the one that's been gaslighting them, lying to them, and then they've had to lie for her. So her friend all of these months has known that they lied publicly to protect Gypsy. They've known for months that Gypsy's friends and family are enabling her and helping her avoid prison by lying to the parole officer and conspiring with her. Any other inmate that was on parole would have gone to prison for this. They would have gone back. Because she was communicating with 3 other felons in prison, and that was a specific stipulation of her parole, that she have no contact with any of her friends in prison. So they lied.
I was not talking about her PO. And regardless, like I told reality, whatever person, regardless, even if, let's just say I was, me giving her bad advice cannot send her back to prison. It's her taking that advice and lying that would send her back to prison if he was to find out. I was not saying to lie to him. I was not talking about her PO. I was talking about people in general that are all up in her business all the time.
But then now they're all saying that you tried to set her up.
Yeah, now the first they said I was just, first I was spooked, and now I set her up. Like, yeah, that's what it's, I set Gypsy up. Like, that's so dumb. I just spent the last 7 months of my life being attacked by people, doxxed, bullied, harassed, everything under the sun just so I can set her up. Like, let's use our brains, y'all.
And I want to remind you guys that Bree knew that video was up on her face, on her YouTube channel. She knew 3 days before someone found it on there. Bree knew 3 days before it actually leaked on TikTok that it was on her YouTube channel, and she did nothing to take it down. It just sat there until someone went to it and heard it when they played the video. And then once she played the video, then Penosaurus posted it, who is a content creator, on TikTok. And then she scrambled and was freaking out. Hi, dysfunctional cutie. She was scrambling and freaking out. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Those are your screenshots. And she's sent these messages at 2:13 in the morning to one of her friends to help her get out of this situation, to help her figure out with a lie to tell people. And then sent a bunch of voice memos that were like 10 minutes long total, asking for help on what to do. How do we get out of this? What should we say? And so what they came up with was blame Katie. Blame the content creators that are unjustly reporting her to the parole officer. Don't blame me for telling her to lie, and don't blame Gypsy for actually violating her parole. So every single time, and I've been saying this for months, every time they point the finger at someone else, you know they're hiding something. And I don't think Gypsy has any clue that she told this friend on the phone what happened.
Talking about her, if she deleted it or not. If it's still there, I'll take a screenshot of it because oh my god, it's so funny. Type shit. I know. I'm so fucking mad at myself. I wasn't even thinking, like, I was not even fucking thinking.
Does that sound like someone that just told Gypsy to lie about Katie and a message that Katie sent and put out on her Facebook, like, or my Instagram? Why would she be so mad at herself if it had anything to do with me?
Like, I want to say, I don't remember.
And mind you, this is 2:00 in the morning.
I can't remember, like, we were midway through the conversation, so she must have been, I think I was starting because I wanted people to know that I was going to YouTube, and I wanted people to know that I'm there, that I'm about to show it, you know, because I wasn't getting on YouTube on my phone, I was on my computer. So I had the phone and all set up, And I was just about to start, and Gypsy happened to call me. And I hate myself. Right, I know. Like these people are back.
Why would she hate herself if she did something, if she didn't do anything wrong? Can anyone, she shouldn't be hating herself if she did nothing wrong. You guys remember, it was
This seems to be a pattern.
Right. So this is what I was saying to you, Aaron. It's not everyone else that's the problem. It's not Resident Midnight. It's not Fancy Pants. It's not Festering Fancy. It's not Beth. It's not any of these people. The one person or the two people that are causing these problems are Bree and Gypsy.
No, I agree. And it's completely messy. For people who don't know who I am, I guess I'm a makeshift manager for Internet Sweetheart on TikTok. And I go above and beyond to protect him, to make sure that information is correct. But what I would not discuss his personal matters with a third party. So this whole thing is messy. It's beyond cringy. And even though I don't care for Gypsy, she should really drop Bree, because this is going to be a disaster for her.
I know.
I'm not going to apologize to her because she came at me first.
Okay, so here's the deal, you guys. There was a lot of back and forth that went on, okay? It got very messy. Aaron and Ethan were brought into something that they had no idea what they were getting involved in. And we're just going to let it go because both sides were wrong. Both sides were like retaliating. There was like, they were paid to do it by Gypsy and Bree and that crew. They were not friends with them. They were doing a job, okay? And Erin has agreed that she's just going to let it go. She wants nothing to do with this side of the things, but she also feels like they were exploited and taken advantage of by this group, and they're frustrated.
Absolutely. I feel that my opinion was that they were basically using Ethan because of his platform and his wit and his reach. And I think that's why Bree is so upset that we backed off, because now she doesn't have him to be her mouthpiece.
Right. She wanted someone with a bigger she wanted someone with a bigger mouth. And although he doesn't look like a big guy, he has a bunch of tattoos on his face, so he might scare people, even though he doesn't appear to be a scary person. Unfortunately, my opinion of him is that he's dealing with some mental health issues, and he's easily manipulated if given the wrong information.
The information that was given did look it looked legit. And I did speak to Fancy in a message last night. And I explained to her, I go, hey, we didn't know who you were before all of this. And unfortunately, when we Google you, it doesn't look that good. So we just really didn't know how much more we should have researched, because Google had just a lot of unsavory reviews and comments about her. But we had a good conversation last night. I did privatize the videos I made. And my reasoning for the Fancy videos was protecting Ethan, just because of the photo she used. That was it. So like Katie said, I am letting it go because it just got too messy. And for me, it just got too embarrassing, and I have better things to do with my time.
Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is to say that, like, Bree is pointing a lot of fingers right now, right? She responded by uploading a video and deleting it, basically saying that she was changing all of her content, and that every single week she was going to put up a court case of mine, and she was going to tell everyone about what a slanderer I am, because I've been sued 3 times and lost 0 of those lawsuits. And she's going to expose me. And then she said on Dreamcraft Carriers, whatever, Dreamcraft Corners. She said on Dreamcraft Carrier Corner, whatever, that she was going to, I know, sorry. It was going to make me so mad, right? I was going to be so mad that she was going to expose me. Yeah, Pez, Rez, and Fez. Okay? But Pez, Rez, and Fez have all defected now. The Rez, Pez, Fez group has all defected.
They're sweethearts now.
And honestly, I'll tell you one thing. None of them are actually supporters of Gypsy at all. So there are people that are just running with Bree that don't support Gypsy whatsoever. Like, at all. privately, they tell Bree they don't support her. Privately, they let people know they don't support her, but then they're on lives supporting Gypsy. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it's all so, it's just an entire community based on a lie. I mean, and some of these people are so ignorant that they didn't realize that if they were speaking to Bree and Bree was making videos and doing things, it didn't occur to them that they were doing that Bree is doing things for Christy and for Gypsy. And I'm like, you do realize that everything Bree puts out is at the direction of Gypsy or Christy. That's all she does is listen to them and they tell her what to put out. They give her all the personal information. Bree would know nothing about me if not for Christy. Christy gave her personal information about me to try to humiliate me because I didn't want to deal with their lies.
I know that was the worst 3 weeks of my life. I'd rather start menopause.
I'm getting there. Well, not yet, but yeah, and they do. So a lot of people were asked, so Bree went live and then she tried to say that this Discord server, Aaron, didn't have any doxing information and that's not what it was for. But you've been in there. I've been in there. I'm not going to show people the content that's got doxes on it because why would I do that?
Exactly.
It's absolutely in there.
Well, also, there's been some kind of changes in her tone because I've now seen videos and lives where she says that it was her server, she created it, and then I'm seeing her share a conversation between her and Resident Midnight saying Resident Midnight invited her to it, which she did because the pattern I'm seeing is Bree gets people to do the work for her. I don't know if she's lazy or what, but she kept on saying that I offered to build this server for her. I offered to help. I never did. I just know how to build and run a Discord server, but I did not ever talk to her. If I did, I need to see these receipts because I must have been blackout drunk.
And so Bree is like in these Discords, like creating folders of people to dox, intimidate, and harass anyone that speaks against Gypsy. And you're literally hearing with your own ears in this live. And you guys, I should set up my gift. I don't make very much money on TikTok, and TikTok is about to get banned. So let's set up my gift goal because I don't ever. Where are my gifts? Shop, not TikTok shop. Not subscribe. Where is it? Where did they go? There used to be a little gift thing and it's not there. Oh, there it is. I'm going to change it. Tonight, I'm going to feel festive. What should I choose for my gift goal? We'll do... Oh, let's see. Oh, geez. I always do the corgi because I fucking love the corgi. I love the corgi. Oh my God. Let's do the gold medal because I'm a champion at exposing Brie. All right, we're going to do a goal of 50. You don't have to get there, but the gold medal because I'm a champion at exposing Brie. Okay. Thank you, Tammy. So she's got friends now that it's her behavior that's actually impacting and causing problems for people. But she's also giving bad advice to Gypsy, willfully lying to her, lying on this thing, which I'll continue.
Crazy, like, this was right. Like, my people from TikTok hadn't even, like, got off the app and came over to YouTube yet. That's how fast these people were going to be here. But the thing is, okay. Like, I want to address the thing that kind of, like, people can try to think Gypsy trying to get us a big. That's not what this was about at all. Like, so they're dumb. And her PO knows this. Like, you would need a text message. Okay, think about this. And there I say, I think they'll need more than just a text message to prove that, or whatever I said. Because what I'm talking about is something that you would need more than just a text message, in my opinion. Like, with Nick, a single text message to him would prove that she's talking to him. Like, that's stupid that people... And how do you know, how are you going to say the context is this without showing proof that that's the context? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would you know? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not even why I'm, like, stress eating right now.
She knows that she told Gypsy to lie. She's telling her that Gypsy did something. She explains that if she had only one communication with Nick, it would send her back to prison. But in this case, she's trying to say, well, this shouldn't. And her PO knows, but her PO doesn't know because that's why Gypsy had to meet with her PO the next day. She just lies about everything. I'm on my actual biggest platform is on YouTube. I actually have almost 400,000 subscribers over there. So if TikTok gets banned, that's where I'll be. And I upload content about Gypsy. Like I make videos, but not as often. So, but I got dumped like so many screenshots of what's happening in this, what do you call it? What's happening in their, I don't know how to add things. I'm so bad at this. Okay. Effects. Okay. Of what's happening in their Discord. Here she is saying she's going to dox the F out of Starlight. That's in that Discord. She's mad at her, so she's going to dox her. Oh, wait, hold on. These were Sheena's messages to Aaron, pleading with Aaron.
I don't know what happened with that because I disagreed with her. I do not like Bree. I do not agree with what she's doing. And the next thing you know, I'm blocked. So, all right.
They're like begging her not to apologize to people. And then she's trying to convince Aaron that I got kicked out of the Blanchard circle by Gypsy's stepmother. So are we noticing a pattern? Anytime information comes out and it's their fault, what do they do and say about me? It's my fault, right? Don't trust Katie. She got kicked out of the family. She's making up lies. She's creating screenshots. She's reporting her to parole. They blame me. They blame Fancy when we actually haven't done anything.
And she still follows Ethan, but she blocked me. They all still follow Ethan.
That's funny.
I think it's funny.
Please, please, please do not let Ethan apologize to fucking Fancy.
He's not. And this is the thing. I know, like you said, both sides were wrong. And Fancy actually said, I talked to Katie, do you want to apologize to me? And I said, no, I don't. And I would do it again because of the reasoning that I got live with her. And so I am not sorry for why I made a video about her. That was a totally separate thing. So, if I am wrong, I will apologize. But I wasn't wrong between Fancy and I.
Okay, so then Miss Fancy Pants, who's gone rogue. And by the way, I don't agree with I'm not a super agreement of trolling. I don't encourage my followers to troll over. I don't think trolling, I'm just of the belief, and actually Aaron and I have had this conversation, that if you're going to say something online, just use your fucking real face. Use your name, use your account, and you don't have to try to cover up and lie and run from the truth if you're exposed, if you say it with your whole face. Trolling just allows you to get mad and be annoying because you're mad at someone. So this isn't Fancy. This is Miss Fancy Pants. She's a troll. And so she paid for Bree's water bill, which there's a whole nother level of not good here, because Fancy Pants is a follower of Bree, okay? And she's asking her followers to help her pay for her bills. She's taking advantage of her followers. She's taking advantage of her friends. I would never ask anyone that follows me to help pay a bill. And she's like, I will pay you back. And you are the closest friend. And how can I know you won't record lives for her? This hurt me to do, but Rez hurt me and no one over there is holding her accountable. Bree can't pay her own bills, right? But she could send Ethan $20 for having her back. So was the money, this kind of begs the question is was the money that she even gave her for the bill? Maybe Bree is saying that she's going to have water bill problems and she's really going to go buy schmeth or snow.
I mean, the amount of the bill, I've just heard so many stories. It was as high as $300 in one story. So I'm not really sure what her financial situation is. I know that I did run across I think, a parody live, like somebody just reshared one of her old lives where she was saying she was on the prepaid electric plan, the pay as you go type of thing, because they will usually put you on those if you fall behind on your bill.
Yep.
So this is just another pattern.
Yeah. She should learn to cook. Well, I'm not really a big cook either. I mean, I do know how to cook, but so she has friends paying for her bills, right? But then she's sending Ethan $20 a few weeks before that. So the same time that she's begging people to help her pay her water bill, then some of that money is being sent to Ethan so that he will roast people for Gypsy that are enemies of Gypsy. I mean, she's always broke. But interestingly, in the same Discord, she says she's so high right now. So, and now that I know that, so I just want to point something out. In this video, in that live, she said, it's not my fault if I told her to lie. And say it is about her parole officer. Even if it's about her parole officer and I told her to lie, it would be her fault if she took my advice. So she was like telling you the truth, but she was posing it as a hypothetical. Do you know that she's done that when it comes to rug use as well? She'll say, well, even if I did use rugs, so what? I don't, but even if I did. And if you're asking your friends to cover all your bills, where's the money going? And I want to be clear, Gypsy has stipulations of her parole that she can't associate with people that use illegal substances. It's a literal stipulation of her parole that she can't be associated with people that use rugs. And then
that's kind of wild considering that Ethan is openly in recovery for substance abuse.
I know.
I do want to say, just because I've seen this quite a bit, he is not a felon. I know you and I spoke about this, but I've been seeing these things go around. Ethan is not a felon.
No. Ethan is internet sweetheart. But we're not talking about smoking grass, okay? Which isn't legal in Louisiana. It's not legal there. It's not legal for recreational use. So if she was using that, it's illegal. People that smoke grass don't spend all night online. They don't stream for 16 hours straight. They put a movie on, they eat like a pack of Oreos, and they go to bed. They're not up 16 hours just doing nothing. Yeah, they're sitting on the couch eating pizza, or they're laughing and giggling. She showed a prescription of it on her live. No, she showed she also admitted she wanted to smoke, and then she lied and said she wanted to smoke hemp, which wasn't what she was talking about. It's not legal in Louisiana. I've already looked it up. It's not legal in most states. It's only recreational legally, and it's a minority of states where it's recreational legal.
There's a store on every corner in Las Vegas.
It's legal here, but just because it's legal here, there's lots of us that don't do it.
Exactly. I don't.
If I wanted to,
I don't even drink alcohol.
If I wanted to, I could, but I don't. I don't want to smoke anything. I don't want to get lung cancer. I've never thought edibles give you the equivalent of what you would if you did smoke. And so I don't want to eat anything either. And with edibles, it's a completely different experience. But it's not legal only by script. And her script, she doesn't have a medical card, okay? Sorry, Mikey, I don't know who you are. you're not coming up. So I'm trying to see if there's anyone in here that, and I want to be clear, like, I'm not on anyone's side here. I'm not on the side of the defectors. I'm not on Resident Midnight's side. I'm not on Fancy Pants' side. I'm not on Fez, Pez, or Rez. I'm not on anyone's side. I'm not their friend. I'm sharing information, and I'm not trying to get in the middle of like what they're doing. I'm just sharing what Bree has done. So I'm just here sharing the information I receive. And Aaron has been great.
I'm gonna hop down. So I just want to say bye and not be rude.
No, you're fine.
But I'll catch up with you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks for coming. All right. So, I've got some people in here. There are some creators watching. If you do want to join, you can send a request and I'll add you up here if you're a creator watching that wants to talk. But yeah, so that's what she's doing. You love this for Brianna. Thank you for sharing. So, and you know, I was having a conversation about this with the friends that have defected from her, because she made a video and basically said that she was going to change her content to exposing me and doxing me further. And her friend said, she's completely missing the point. We don't care about a screenshot. We care about this. We don't want to be a part of this doxing anymore. We don't want to be a part of this going after people anymore. It's gone too far. We're tired of her blaming everyone for when she does something and causes damage. We're tired of covering for Bree. We're tired of covering for Bree for Gypsy. We're tired of covering for Gypsy. Because they know that they're lying for Gypsy. It's weird. I don't see my normal people in here. Normally I get all kinds of requests. Okay. I had let me see. I have so many screenshots in here. So this was another one of their secret discords, and it was called Bree Loves You. This one had smaller amounts of people in it. And on these screenshots, they were heavily fixated on Ivory Rose Grows. So they're fixated on her because they have been stalking her. And so publicly they're telling her, like, they've called off the wolves and they're saying, we don't care about this. We're not going to do this anymore. And then privately, they're just like collecting information on her, compiling information to dox her, paying attention to who's in her lives, trying to figure out who she's talking to. And she doesn't deserve that. Why? Because she chooses to report on what's happening in the bayou when it comes to Gypsy? How does that affect Bree? And here's the thing. If you're standing on truth, and you know that you're truthful, what possibly would it matter if someone lied on you? If you're standing on truth, a lie will never take hold. It will never pass the test. Like, it will go nowhere. It won't stick. I don't think, like, here's the thing. Gypsy's known to, like, throw her friends, like, 100 bones or something like that. But my take on Bree is I don't think she would do this. I don't think it's about money. I honestly think it's about her wanting to feel superior to people and having the ability to be close to a pseudo celebrity. Gypsy is really pregnant. Okay. I'm not going to talk to Chat GPT because 90% of the time it's wrong. And people that use that for fact need to get help. Okay. I don't know if any of my people are in here, but if you want to come up, if you're a person, just hit the join button. So I'm going to look through to see. I have more. I have lots of screenshots. She is pregnant, Kay. She's pregnant. That's a fact. I wish it wasn't true. Like, I truly wish it wasn't true, but she is 100% pregnant. I would give anything for it to be not true. No. That was her fighting with resident. No. That's them in the server. And it's super weird because everything happened in the server. They were only in there for less than a day. Okay. And Bree comes in and says, I'm so confused. I got a message from someone. I just can't figure out who that said. The new server got leaked. Who sent me that message? I can't find it. That is what prompted and started everything. She's the one that initiated it and started it. And then she's mad that the server got shut down. But it's not just because of that. There's folders in the server, okay? They have a folder on Morbid, Fancy, Starlight, Stanky Danky Slides, Nina, and then they added the real Bree after they kicked out Bree. Morbid, his is the most in-depth. It has hundreds of screenshots, and it's mainly from his Discord. And it's like stuff he says in Discord, stuff about the people he doesn't like in Discord, stuff they talk about in Discord. The Fancy one is mostly empty. The Starlight one contains her mugshot and her charges and her full name. There's a separate Discord where Bree posted Starlight's full name, her address, her phone number, and her date of birth, along with a picture. The Nina one, it doesn't really have much in it. This is one where they're basically saying that like Nina should thank Gypsy for her content. Anyone that's in the server can look in the folders, but it's not a public Discord. So it's an invite-only server, so you can't go in there. I'm not going to show you what's in the folders because it's doxing. I'm just telling you that these folders exist, and inside the folders, it has information to dox people. So they're not doing this to expose people. They're doing it to dox people. And there's a difference between reporting and doxing. Doxing is done maliciously. It's done with the purpose to humiliate, embarrass, defame, and discredit. It is not done for the purpose of reporting on a public story. It is not done for the purpose of talking about something of public interest. Doxing is done with malicious intent. So if you're a reporter and you report on someone's court case, you're not doxing someone by doing that. But if you're someone that's mad at someone and you bring up the court case or whatever, or you spread malicious false information about something to humiliate them, like with Starlight, what they've been doing is showing an old mugshot of hers to try to humiliate her and try to like link her to crimes to put her in the same category as Gypsy. They know, everyone knows who Gypsy is. They all know who Gypsy is. It's sad. I see some people in here. I'll see if she wants to come up. Because she was doxxed by Bree.
Well, hello, friend.
Hi, how does this make you feel? Oh, your eye makeup is beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I don't like that they pay people and that they do this and they want to dox people to destroy them because, like my husband said, online, that's like online gang crime.
Yeah.
And that's not, no. That's not cool.
They're acting like a gang.
Yeah, and they're not. They're not. They sit at home, they have their little whatever they take, and they sit there and they get bored and they want to run their mouths and all. Like I said, if we was face to face, it'd be so different. Right. It'd be so different, trust me. but I don't like that she's doing it. And I had a question. Y'all think Rod and Bree's going to the book signing? This morning they had a live, and a lady said they verified that she's canceling the book signing, but she said she can't say who said it. But then everyone else is saying they called the bookstore and it's still on. So I don't know if Gypsy's backing out or what's going on, but I heard different things. Did you?
You know, I haven't honestly paid much attention to that because to me, it's all just.
I forgot whose live I was in.
The book signing, honestly, to me is just irrelevant.
I think Serena from the Bayou said something about it, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. Yeah, don't crucify me for it.
No, I mean, I know what's happening is people are talking about going to protest.
Yeah, they're talking. Okay, Morbid's live right now, and all he's saying is like, go over there, have respect. Don't disrespect. Y'all could all do a vigil, do what you want to do. He's saying nobody's organizing it. He's just basically talking about the event. But okay, so him, Morbid. I don't know much. I hear a lot of stuff. What is he for them? Like he's.
No, he's an anti-gypsy creator.
Okay, all right, so he's Team Didi. But his run-ins with Bree and everything, if he's anti, why did he have Bree and all in a Discord?
He wasn't in a Discord. That Discord has stuff to dox him.
Because he was just talking about he has a private Discord on the other page, and he was going to verify people and stuff for the show Friday. So I wasn't sure if they were the same Discord, if it was different. Okay, so he has his own private one, and this is a different one.
Yep, this was the one that was created for Bree and the crew. But Morbid's a little bit like, he's way different than me. They're more sarcastic. They do like meme stuff. They'll get snarky, it's just, he tries to
be the next Joe Rogan. All right.
Yeah, like he's trying to be like Howard Stern kind of thing. Like, that's not my vibe. So I don't think that he's a terrible person. It's just not what I do.
I just don't know nothing about him, and I just hear his name thrown back and forth. So I was curious.
But even if any of that is true about him, right? It's just a different vibe. But it's like he has a right to speak about her without fear of being doxxed, harassed, or stalked.
Yeah.
Harmed.
They had a video, like you said, that Starlight video where they got her. I don't know why I was the first to see it, but I reported it and they took it down. They had her mugshot. They had all her information. They had like all the stuff that they like you said it was fake, so she didn't have like a license problem or something. I don't know. Her charges weren't even legit. Like she was. I think she was, but it wasn't as serious as they made it seem. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I've done way worse stuff, and that's why I told Bree, if you look at my background, you may not want to mess with me. Like Starlight's an angel. She ain't did nothing.
And like everyone, here's the thing: is like a lot of people have been arrested, and they don't have. They do their time, or they do their probation, or their parole, or whatever, and it's fine. That's
why I know about parole and probation and Lafourche and Terrebonne Parish, because I had it in both.
Right. Because you have a felony. No,
I don't got a felony.
Oh, you don't have a felony.
Well, I'm like Cat Williams. I ain't never went to prison. No, I don't got a felony. It probably should have been, but no. They know me. Like I said, okay, earlier I didn't tell you. My brother used to be captain of state police. So they all know my brother, and they see my name. I get lesser stuff.
Okay.
I got out of stuff.
So, yeah, like I don't really care who reports on Gypsy or what is said about Gypsy. My point is like, if you're helping them and you're participating in this, you must understand that you're doing this to help try to suppress people so you can protect the false narrative of a schmurderer. And if a schmurderer is trying to encourage you to silence people and intimidate them.
And that's what I wrote under Lafourche Parish on the Facebook. She's doing the same thing, using people from the internet to do her dirty work for her. I said, just like she did with Nick. I left that under the Facebook. The next day, she was going to get off media.
Yeah, like she's basically just repeating the pattern she had before. Exactly. And she's getting people riled up. And she's like, the one thing I noticed about Gypsy when I communicated with the family was that her life is, everyone is a danger to her. That's how they frame it. Like everyone is a danger to her.
She put herself in that position when she put herself out there on the internet, though. Like if she would have took, like, okay, do y'all see Casey Anthony with TikTok? Do y'all see her with social media? This is exactly why. She should have took notes from her. They should not let her be online. They should not let her profit off of anything. I asked why she was able to do that, because in Lafourche and Terrebonne, you can't profit off of that. That's not, the judge renders certain things.
There's actually a law in Louisiana that it's called notoriety for profit.
But since it was, and I asked what happened with that, they said because it was done in Missouri, the judge must have forgot and he didn't render it, and that's why she's able to get away with this. To me, everything should go to charity or something. I don't think they should profit.
Well, Dee Dee's siblings can still sue.
Yep.
Any one of them can sue.
Darla, hey.
Anyone can sue her for any of this. And like, he's going to put this book out and accuse her grandfather,
which is actually my brother-in-law's godfather,
of SA.
And then, yeah. No.
And I just can't
If
understand.
that book comes out, the family reads it, they don't like it, they could actually,
Sue her.
Hey, Rachel. Yeah, they can. I feel like they are. I feel like they're gonna let her rack up, make a few more mil, and once she hits 5 mil, I think they're gonna go for it. I feel like that. I don't know if that is true. That's just
She
how
hasn't even made $1 million. And they, like, here's the thing, Gypsy doesn't have money. It's all
That's what I'm
gone.
saying. I don't believe she got that 3 million net worth. Because why she can't touch it?
She doesn't. She spends it faster than she makes it.
True.
Like, they were getting into fights in July because of all the money she was spending. She tried to spend.
Yeah, when I talked to girl, I was like, hey, when the cops got called the other day, what happened? Because she lives like 5 houses down. She said Christy wanted money for rent and Gypsy wasn't trying to pay. Or she wanted more money or something and Gypsy wasn't trying to pay. They was arguing over money though.
I think the fight had to do with Gypsy hiring a PR company and not telling Christy.
Something to do with something, yeah. I don't know if she bopped her on top of her head though, but I heard. I don't know.
That's what Christy told me.
Yeah. I heard she bopped her on the head. But I didn't hear that from you. I heard that from the relative.
Oh, yeah. She told me she bopped her on the head. And I'm like, Christy, you hit a woman that's pregnant? And then if I would even try to question Gypsy, they would tell me that if I stressed her out, she was going to miscarry. And if the miscarriage happened, it would be my fault.
And see, that's why I don't understand why she stayed on social media when she did get pregnant, because all of this, I'm pretty sure her lawyer would have said, or her probation officer, like, you should stay on social media. The stress for the baby, you might miscarry. Why nobody told that girl that?
Well, stress doesn't actually, like...
No?
Not really, like, lots of people are stressed and they don't have miscarriages.
Okay.
But that's another tool that they use to try to, like, pacify and control.
Hey there, girl. Thanks. Shanna. Yeah, I think Rod and Christy's putting her up to it to get some of that money. But earlier somebody was like, her book sales aren't doing good. She's not selling nothing. I'm like, yeah, but watch her try to buy out her book. Watch her try to purchase it herself to make her stuff go up. You get what I'm saying?
The book comes out next week, so I don't think they would have numbers yet. I don't know about pre-orders. I know that her ebook, she told me in July that she sold, or in May, she told me she sold 16,000 copies of her ebook. And I don't know if that's good or not.
There's probably her friends from prison that bought that just out of curiosity to see if they're in it.
But if you think of like the fact that she has, 10 million people following her. And then she also told me with this book, she has herself, 2 authors, a publisher, and then a manager or an agent. So
which means they rewrote and revised the book.
Well, it just means that she's splitting all the proceeds 5 ways.
Nice.
The book, the ebook, was not free. But the reviews of this book are not based upon people actually reading the book. It's just people that don't want to read the book.
I'm wondering if it's some of the out of the country people that are going to be getting her book, like the other Australian creators and stuff, just to see. You get what I'm saying? Like they might buy it out of curiosity for like their videos or something. I know people are probably going to be reading it live.
I just don't think she's going to have as many sales.
And it costs about $1,000 to $3,000 to publish a book.
So she has a real publisher. And
it's live now. You mean Sob and Robin?
Sob and Robin.
I swear, catch her crying one more time. I am making it my ringtone.
And she thinks that like I care about what she says because we already know she's going to go on live and lie. Like
I don't care what that girl got to say. She stay at home all day. She ain't got no job. She got nothing to do but be an internet troll. Then wait. I thought about her today when I was wrapping presents because I was like, man, I'm over here wrapping presents and Bree need electricity money. She need money for the water bill. I'm lucky. I'm blessed.
But she's like texting Ethan today, trying to like get him to forgive her, texting Aaron. She's just a mess.
That's what I'm saying. I'd take anything she got to say like with a grain of salt. I'm full of shit and don't work. I'm a licensed cosmetologist for 20 years.
Okay, that's someone trying to start shit. They have no followers. And
they know nothing about me. My dad is a command sergeant major and has a whole statue outside Fort Jackson.
She might not even be lying. They might just be lying.
Sob and Robin and her daughter is doom and gloom. I really don't got nothing. I don't care about what that girl got to say. She sit at home and just run her mouth all day.
I played for you her line. I mean, here's her line on a live.
They turn around, they put all these text messages out, and then they make no one they said or what they said, so it only gives one side to the story. And And she was wondering, like, can somebody go to my PO? Because they always send it off. She's like, what if something like this was to get me in trouble? And I was like, I don't think you can just get us sent back to jail over a text message. That's what I was talking about. I was not talking about her PO. And regardless, like I told reality, whatever person, regardless, even if, let's just say I was, me giving her bad advice cannot send her back to prison. It's her taking that advice and lying that would send her back to prison if he was to find out. I was not.
So if Gypsy lies because I told her to lie, it's actually her fault for lying, not mine, for her taking the advice. I'm just the bad friend telling her to lie. Like, she's so fucking stupid.
Whatever helps her sleep at night, whatever. It's like she believes her own, whatever she lies to herself about, she believes it.
I mean, like, oh God. I'll read some of these screenshots. I can't even, you're not going to be able to see them I'll just pull up my photos and I'll read some of these to you because they're so.
Hey, Bayou Bell. My parish buddy, because we're from a parish and everybody else is from a county.
Like, and then there's this voicemail that she left for Ethan.
It's another one of my followers. She had spent countless hours, countless nights digging. She has access to Morgan's Discord, digging so deep into Morgan's Discord and getting things that were pretty damning, like stuff that I don't even know why he would leave in his Discord. But she put a lot of work into it. It's a lot of stuff to collect.
So she's telling Ethan, like, how dare you kick us out because Beth, and by the way, she doesn't call Beth her friend, she calls her a follower. And she says, my follower was digging into Morbid's Discord and everything she got was so damning.
Did he ever take the video down of her?
I don't know. Aaron took hers down in Fancy. I don't know. What's this? Hold on.
Because he said on the live he was going to take it down, the video he made of her, remember?
Yeah, I don't.
That's why I was wondering.
I don't know if he has it.
That's the live I was in this morning. It was Fancy and another lady, and they were saying that it was canceled. So Fancy would know. If you talk to Fancy, ask her. She'll tell you more about what I'm talking about.
Someone contacted the bookstore today and they said it was still on. So I don't know.
No, I just remembered I was in Fancy and them's live this morning.
Okay.
And that's where I got the info at like 10 or 11 my time.
Community, and we can have like a channel for each of whatever. I'm not really good with Discord, but we can have a section for each of the disgusting people that we expose. And Aaron,
So she's admitting in this Discord we can have folders to expose everything.
So that's what they're doing. They're putting files against all these people on the internet and they're trying to dodge people. Yeah, that's a crime. I'm pretty sure. Look, Google that, research that. That's a crime. Look in St. Bernard Parish and see. I'm about to call them and be like, hey, what happens if?
And then after exposing all of this, she goes live with Dreamcraft.
That's what's up. Always my dad's army.
She goes on live with Dreamcraft, whatever her fucking name is. And she says, I'm going to change all of my content and I'm basically going to spend every week doxing Katie. Meaning she learned nothing.
Bruh. Yeah, see, it got to be stopped. It's got to be stopped.
And here's
then she's pulling all these other people into it too. So, I mean, they're just as guilty.
So my thing here is like, I don't care if you don't like someone. And I admit that I have reported on stuff about her, but I'm only reporting on stuff about her as it relates to the fact that her best friend has stipulations that she can't associate with rug users, is not supposed to be associating with people that have warrants, and she has them. Her husband, Bree's husband, is a felon on probation. So I keep asking myself, how is Bree's association with Gypsy helping her husband's probation?
They probably don't know. Maybe the husband's probation officer don't know.
Why would you do that? Why would you even put your husband in that kind of position?
And that's what I try to tell you. It's hard to not be around a felon or anything down there because everybody's literally almost a felon. Her own dad. She lives with her dad. Her dad's a felon. Make it make sense.
He's not a felon. He's a misdemeanor or whatever.
Oh, it was a misdemeanor? Someone said a felony the other day. I apologize.
He was charged with a felony, but it was like he got a misdemeanor.
And see, that's what I mean. We can get it dropped down sometimes when we know people.
Lynn said that her cousin or whatever created a bot that can detect screenshots.
She spent 12 minutes trying to convince Ethan that it was someone else's fault.
And then Ethan messaged me immediately the next day. Remember I told you that?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not about to sit here and be a part of all of that. I'm actually grown. I'm not in junior high. I don't feel like I have to attack people on the internet. That's just juvenile. And also, I think it's a crime. I watched a Lifetime movie. I thought it was a crime, but I'm not sure.
And in the face of all of this evidence, her friends are still like, they don't think they're doing anything wrong, and they perpetuate the lies. And then you get Sheena sending messages to Erin, telling Erin she needs to be careful about me because I was kicked out of the Blanchard family.
I'm sorry they kicked you out. No, I'm playing. Nobody want to be a part of that family. That family's freaking... The people down the bayou don't even like them.
Like, no.
Some people in the same family don't even like her, so it's awkward.
Right. Like, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that y'all lied. I didn't want to keep lying. I wasn't going to let Gypsy ruin my reputation. I didn't want to be associated with their behavior. I made a post basically saying, I don't condone this. I don't want to be this is not me. Gypsy got mad at me about it. And then she said, she's bashing me again, and she blocked me. Well, I guess then who ended it? If I'm saying I don't support you, Gypsy.
Yeah.
And then I spend 3 hours on the phone with Christy, and I'm telling Christy I don't support it.
And you know how she feels too, so.
Christy doesn't even like Gypsy.
Exactly. So it's odd. And that's why, I don't know, that's why she's not the one doing it, I guess.
What I can't understand is all of them know she's a menace. They all know she's a fucking menace. They all know she's guilty as fuck. They all know that she's lying about what happened to her as a kid. They all know all of this. And yet they go public and fucking lie. For what?
I think it's like another creator said, the more drama they get, the more money they get on here, the more people, she gets more exposure, and it keeps her relevant. And the minute Nina quits talking about her, I bet people really probably would not even care anymore. I don't know. They just keep making her relevant and keep talking about it. And then next week it's going to be something different. And then next week it's going to be something after that. It's almost like Lifetime said, look, you better keep yourself interesting or we're going to quit filming.
No.
It's probably what they told her.
It's not that. It has nothing to do with that. It's like Christy is a narcissist, and she doesn't want people to think she was a shitty stepmom. I mean, it is about money. It is about money to a degree, right? It's all about, like, they want to promote this false lie, but, like, if you ever watch any of the documentaries, they're always very one-sided. There's not a lot of people from the victim side speaking. And then those people that are speaking from the victim side have been completely gaslit into believing that Dee Dee was a horrible human being, when half of them are fucking horrible human beings.
Dude, come on. No, I mean, literally, Dee Dee was working at the hospital with Christy, and Christy's seen that they were a family. He come to the job with the baby and everything. Hey, how you doing and all that, because they went to high school together. Well, Christy and Rod did. But then the next thing you know, she stole her family. She's been conniving since day one. Somebody said that when Dee Dee and Rod got married, that she went outside to find where Rod was, and he was making out with Christy at the wedding.
Yeah, I said that the other night.
Yeah, so that woman been conniving since day one. Yeah, it ain't that she a shitty stepmom. She a shitty person in general.
I just, it's so,
I know, and it's a lot of stuff we can't really say, I know.
I just, when they're continuously telling you that you need to lie to protect them, and you see Bree literally lying. I mean, the whole live of her is before the live happens. She is basically on the phone with Gypsy.
We'll be decided tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully they need, I don't know. I feel like they should have to need proof. Like, they can't just use a text. I feel like not even text message. They should have, like, I don't know. Somebody could have got hold of your phone. Like, I don't know, something. Like, because people can use, there's like all kind of crazy phone apps and everything, girl. There's phone apps that can actually send you message that you can, so there's phone apps where you can type in, like your number. Say somebody can download this app, type in your phone number, and then send a text to someone, and it'll show that it's coming from your phone, even though it's not.
Wow.
Yes, that's why I feel like there's no way they can send back experts on this. Like, I would even bring up that, but like, I absolutely would never, like, I would be like, fine. I would say absolutely didn't, and feel like there has to be a way that this text message just like It's a bot or whatever. I don't know. I would just fight for your life though because
He said it's AI. I don't believe it. It's
At the
AI.
end of the day, like they would have to.
What'd you say?
He's saying like it's AI. It's almost computer generated. It's fake, and I get what he means.
And then she goes live after telling Gypsy to lie.
Not on me. And honestly, Fancy, when you get taken down for lies, you do that to yourself because you go crazy on lies.
And then she goes live to accuse Fancy of being a liar after she tells Gypsy to lie.
Well, everybody knows Gypsy lies. So if anybody believes Gypsy after we all know that she lies for a living, I mean, get evaluated, because why would you believe anything after everything we found out this girl lied about?
Right.
It's like if Gypsy goes out and says the sky is purple, people could be like, yeah, even though it's not. Like, really? Dude, open your eyes, open your ears.
So today I got there's some content creators that have been friendly with her that have been talking to me, and they were sending me some screenshots, and I'm not going to specifically say what was in these screenshots, but Gypsy is instigating shit with content creators, sending them screenshots, trying to accuse people around her of crimes, including her ex-husband.
To justify what she did, she needs to stop that.
Yeah.
She needs to address that.
Accusing him of felonies and threatening him with felonies, even though he's committed none.
Yeah, no, that's right. There's defamation of character.
And she's going to Ryan and telling Ryan Ken's gay, and then she's going to
I knew it. We had a pool going. I freaking win, bitches. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
She's going to Ryan and telling Ryan that Ken is gay, and then she's going to Ken and saying that Ryan has a limp dick.
Nice. Sounds like she's just having people on standby in case something don't go her way.
What she does is she finds a way to emasculate.
Yeah.
And embarrass the men. And none of this is true. She's only saying this to humiliate them. And how do you
Ryan to sit there and tell her he still loves her and everything, and that's like, dude, are you okay? Like, do y'all
right?
He needs to be evaluated too. Ken and Ryan to me need to be evaluated, because you are sitting here, you want a wife. You're going to choose that type of person to be your wife, and you're okay with that?
Right.
That's weird to me, and I'd like to know what your sick little game is with that.
What the fuck is wrong with you that this is what you want?
Yeah, like, you okay sleeping next to her knowing what she... Okay.
She also, to the same creator, sent photographs of Ken's ex-girlfriend, who incidentally Gypsy has been trying to create and look like since she's been with Ken. Everyone thinks she's trying to look like Mia. No, now that I've seen a photo of Ken's ex-girlfriend, she's trying to look like Ken's
her, so he's interested. He's trying to keep him interested.
No, Ken does not have an ex-boyfriend. He had a girl that he was with for 5 years. They lived together.
The video with Steve that I think you're asking about is I think somebody said that dude was just trolling Ken when he was like, come get your stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna tell her what. Yeah, that was a troll. So I see where you're wondering about that, but that was fake.
Everyone that's saying this about him, it's all fake. And it's like
rumors probably started by them. Yeah.
He had a girlfriend for 5 years. They lived together, literally. Like,
he's probably still talking to her, huh? Is she married and moved on?
No.
I know how to buy you this. He probably still talking to her on Snap and stuff. And her name's probably changed to Tabitha.
She's from Texas. He lived in Dallas.
I'm just saying, I bet he still talks to her or contacts her somehow. Probably like, what did I get myself into? I'm sorry, God forgive me.
And I'm looking at these text messages, and I'm like, Gypsy, why are you sending texts of your men fighting? How does this even make you look good?
She's trying to be like that it girl, like she's worth fighting over, I guess, or something. And I guess nobody got the heart to tell her.
You guys, I'm really fucking tired of people questioning his sexuality. It's 2024. It's inappropriate. It's unnecessary, and it's stupid. We don't.
Once they put that picture next to Rod, I started thinking to myself, is he one of Rod's illegitimate kids that he don't know about? I'm like, they look a lot alike. They got the same teeth.
If you are following me and you think it's fucking appropriate to be in my chat questioning his sexuality, we're not doing that. That's not how we roll here. Nobody.
You think he's going to be at the book signing?
I don't know.
I wonder if he's going to be there to like try to,
I don't know why people keep saying it's canceled, because I saw something in the...
No, I heard...
I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you.
It wasn't Fancy's live.
I'm blocking you. We are not talking about his sexuality. It's irrelevant. It was
That's
a false.
irrelevant, yeah.
It's a false story
that they made up to
made up.
defamate people. It's defamation of character.
It's a way to try to emasculate him, and it's Gypsy doing it to try to emasculate him, and it's the same reason why she's telling his name? Ryan or Ken that he's got a limp dick. It's not canceled. I just don't think she's going to get as many people there.
And you have a lot of crime junkies in New Orleans. My mother was also unalived over there. A lot of people, it's not that they would go because they're like for her. They would probably go because they're literally sometimes morbid. They're literally into that stuff. They like to run around the cemeteries. I wish they quit messing up our family plots. Some people, they're into that. They had a couple a few years back, either before or after Katrina. They were brutally, in their home. Like the boy did it to his girlfriend or whatever. People literally pay and go stop by this house to this day. Like they're just obsessed with stuff like that. And I don't know why. And that's partly why I left. Like I'm not into all that. Morbid curiosity.
And like something I brought up, I did a video about earlier this week about the child custody stuff. To anyone that's sending me messages about it, I just want to be super clear. I don't report on shit without doing my research. I'm stating what can happen, what is in the law, and what is probable. I'm saying nothing is fact. I don't need any help in doing my reporting. I have sources. I look at case law, and I have the fucking shit out of Christy's mouth telling me she knows that CPS is going to be involved.
Yep, you definitely, and that's what I love about you. I know I just met you and all, but you always do your research. You never come on here and just assume like Bree and all make up lies or nothing. No, you do your research. You get the dockets and everything. I'm like, okay, yeah, this lady knows her stuff.
Like, it's not, to me, Gypsy says, oh, I talked to my attorney. They can't take my kid without cause. Your attorney's in fucking Missouri and you have no idea what could happen.
How Lafourche Parish is. Lafourche Parish will be glad to take that baby and pass it off for adoption and make their little $25,000 off of it. They will use it against you. Yes, they will.
And here's the thing. In family court, if she and Ken split up, they look at the fitness of a parent. And part of the fitness is what they use is called the best interest of a child. Mm-hmm. And the best interest of a child includes the moral character and criminal history of the parent.
Because why would they want that baby to be raised by somebody that did what they did to Didi? You get, like, y'all see the bigger picture now?
Right.
If she has that mentality and she has a baby, how's she going to raise that baby? Is that baby going to be safe? Is that baby going to be, like, what is she going to teach that baby? Oh, if you don't get your way, here's what you do.
Right.
No. Then they're not about to let her raise that baby, I'm telling you.
And they can be there at the birth. They don't have to have cause.
They will be right outside that door. They will hear that baby cry. They'll let you get cleaned up, and then they will come in and have a nice conversation with you.
And here's the thing. She is on parole. Okay? While she's on parole, she is still not a free citizen.
Warden says state or no?
She's a ward of the state of Missouri.
The two states, because Louisiana babysits.
She's in an interstate compact.
Either state could step in if they wanted.
And parole, they'll look at the fact that she's on parole. She's still under governmental control. She's not free.
Yep. Nope. And I have a few friends down the bayou that had a lesser record than her, let's say, but it was a pretty extensive record. They took their 5 kids, they're adopted. And a lot of other people, they took their kids, they never got their stuff, like they had to do classes, they had to pay money every month, stuff like that. They couldn't do that, so they took their kids and they're adopted. And that's the only reason I know is because it literally happened to a lot of people in the bayou I know.
She's on parole in 2 states, yes, but it's an interstate compact. So how it works is she's under supervision, and the primary supervisor is the state of Missouri. Louisiana serves as the sort of babysitter for Missouri.
Yeah.
They don't get to make any decisions about her.
I got a question though, Katie. If I know she don't drive or nothing, but like, let's say she got a speeding ticket, she on parole, whatever. She has something in the car, she gets arrested allegedly. Yeah. If she gets arrested, does she go back to Missouri or does she go to Louisiana prison? Just curious.
She would go back to. Well, it depends on if they are going to violate her.
Extradite her. Okay.
Well, no, it depends on if they're going to violate her for that or not, or if they're going to change, because they have Missouri has different things they can do, which are they have different levels and steps you can take. So she could go back to prison if she was charged with something.
Okay.
Or they could say she's not going to be at Christine Rod's house and she gets to They're like, she's going to be in a treatment facility.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering about that. I know she's probably not gonna do nothing. She's minding her P's and Q's with that. But like, let's say she ran into Walmart with the car or something, just out of curiosity. I didn't know, like,
if she catches a new charge, she would have to go back to Missouri.
Interesting. Okay.
Because that's where her sentence is at.
Gotcha.
So she would be violating her parole, which is a crime, because if she commits a crime while she's on parole, that's charged as a crime on her parole.
Okay.
And then she can be charged with the crime itself. So it's like a whole thing. But Louisiana isn't really like, they're just the babysitter. They don't get to make any decisions. They have to get permission from Missouri on everything, and they have to forward everything to Missouri for final say.
Dada, how you know that? Just curious.
They don't. We don't know.
Okay.
No, Missouri didn't give the state of Louisiana. If you go to the Missouri doc and you go to the DOC, she's listed as an inmate. She's paroled under the interstate compact, and her parole supervisor is based in Jefferson, Missouri.
Okay. I knew you researched that already. That's why I had asked.
That Dada doesn't know. They have no clue, so I'm blocking them.
Gotcha.
She's on parole through Missouri. The interstate compact is basically like, we have you in Jefferson City, Missouri. So that, and her parole officer's name is Trevor. I just said, like, are people like, Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm sorry. People are so weird. I say Jefferson City over and over and over again, and then they're like, Jefferson City. I'm like, I said Jefferson City.
At least she didn't say Jefferson Parish. Oh, man, what?
No, she wouldn't fill it. She wouldn't finish in Chillicothe. There's another facility she would go to. Skippity Doodah and Aditha, who are her in prison with her. There's a facility. I can't remember what it's called. It's like a step down from Chillicothe, but it's still a prison.
Huh.
It's a prison, but it's not as high, whatever. Max, it's not like max security. I don't know what it's something with a V. Vandalia or something. Vandalia. Yeah. Skip and Aditha said that she would go to Vandalia.
Okay.
And they also, at the Vandalia has a program for inmates that are pregnant and inmates that have children. And because she's pregnant, if she were to have a parole violation, she would go there, not to Chillicothe, because they can care for her there while pregnant.
Because of a certain situation. Okay.
It's like they have a specific unit there to handle pregnant inmates. And then today I saw a creator that gets things wrong 99% of the time, claim that she had a source, that Gypsy's not getting violated because she's pregnant. That's false.
So that is 100% false.
That
does not mean anything.
Being pregnant doesn't stop someone from getting violated.
No.
It doesn't prevent someone from going to prison. There are inmates that give birth in prison every day.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that are violated while pregnant every day. She already has violated. She just hasn't been sent to prison.
Yes.
You can be violated without going to prison. That's the thing. Like, the reason why she's not on social media was because she violated. They took away her social media because she violated. But Bree and all of them will lie and say, no, she just decided to do this herself.
Hey, Ryan.
Her parole officer said she has to stay off. What was her violation? Threats. And the whole pew-pew shit that happened with Rogie and Bree and the stalking of Ivy Rose Grows and all the doxing and all that bullshit that was happening.
Yeah, I blocked Rogie. I had enough of him. Rogie's one that'll go back and forth. You cannot trust that one. We nicknamed him too. So you got Sovereign Robin and you got Rogaine.
Threats to who? Oh my God. Where have you been? Why are people coming in here and acting like Gypsy hasn't violated? Where have you been? Do you watch what she does? Do I need to replay this for you? Okay, here's the deal. She actually got a violation in July because she was communicating with inmates.
Yep.
In July, she was using her ex-husband Ryan's
Account.
Securus account, I think that's what it's called, to communicate with inmates. So she was logging into Ryan's account and she was speaking to her friends in prison, which was a direct directive on her parole.
And didn't he fuss her for that and try to tell her that wasn't acceptable?
Yes, and I'm fairly confident he's the one that reported her.
Yeah. He wanted what's best for her. That man tried.
So
control. So
yeah, is Ivory in here?
I do not know. I don't know if she might be live.
I saw someone tag her. I didn't know if Ivory was in here. So she was communicating with inmates, and then that's why Bree told her to lie to her parole officer.
Yep, she did. Yep.
And then Bree lied and went on live and said that she didn't do that. And then she blamed me. And I just, in the beginning of this live, showed you guys that she lied and told everyone that it was my fault. And it really was not, that she lied and contacted inmates in prison. And then
she got a really good friend. That's a good influence.
Right? And so apparently, because I had the truth about her getting violated, I was the liar, and the Blanchards kicked me out of the family.
How dare you try to expose them for the lying people that they are?
They tried to minimize it to me and said that she sent one message to someone on TikTok, and that's not what happened.
Nope.
She was contacting Amelia Bird and 2 other women in prison, and she was using Ryan's account. She also violated by getting drunk in April before she was pregnant.
We're not allowed to drink at all.
You're not allowed to drink.
Oh.
I ran away from the family, yes. Do I need to show you the screenshot of Sheena telling them that I was kicked out of the family?
Can you please get a t-shirt that says I survived Gypsy Rose and the Blanchards?
Oh my God. Do we need new merch?
You know, I swear I'm gonna make me one. Wear it when I go visit.
I for real survived them. Like, we need merch. Like, I survived the Blanchards. Oh my God. I want to see if I can. You'll buy that shirt? I was going to try to see it. Let me see if I can show you. Let me see if I can find a photo.
A picture of Claudine on the back with like a halo and wings out of respect for her. That'd be cool.
So this was one of the reasons why she got in trouble. Right, y'all? She's in a Discord and she's obsessing over Ivory Rose Grows. Why? Why? Because she happens to live in the bayou and she reports on the family. And they're like collecting information on her so they can dox her. But just remember, you guys, Bree is so high.
This is going to be so interesting for Mardi Gras, because when I tell you Mardi Gras route is literally where they all live, that's going to be interesting when they meet up in person. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know what it's going to I don't know if she'll ever, I mean, her being high profile has nothing to do with her being violated, honestly. They don't want to incarcerate people if they don't have to. She's also very good at manipulating people and lying. So there's that.
Okay, Katie, my niece and my nephew just showed up. I'm gonna have them for 3 days. I'm gonna talk to y'all later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Go play with cousin.
Okay. She should have never got off. Okay. I'm sure the baby voice comes out with parole officers. Okay, let me see. No. That's Gypsy getting a content creator riled up, trying to get her to like go after Nina. So stupid. There's Bree getting someone paying for her water bill. There's Bree threatening to dox Starlight. There's Bree trying to DM Ethan to get her to do something. Here's Gypsy telling me, I'm not a celebrity. I'm just Gypsy. I'm not unreachable. Somehow I was mad at her and thought she was crazy, and somehow she manipulated me into apologizing to her. Tell me that's not insane. That's some serious gaslighting. This is Bree paying for Ethan. Yeah, so I ended up apologizing to Gypsy, even though Gypsy was the one that was doing bad shit. It's called Darvo. It's called, I don't remember what the D stands for. You like reverse. So the perpetrator reverses and makes themselves the victim, and then you feel like you're the perpetrator and that you've done something wrong to them. Deflect. Okay, yeah. So she deflected and then she did something else. What's the A? It is gaslighting. Deny, attack, reverse, victim, offender. Deny, attack, reverse, offender. Yeah, victim, offender. That's what it is. So basically, we walked into the situation where I was the one that felt lied to, misled, deceived, annoyed, angry. And then I ended up apologizing to her and feeling like I was the offender when I had nothing to apologize for. And that's what she does. That's inside of their Discord. That's Bree yelling at a child. That's Bree literally yelling at a minor. They're crazy. Yeah, it's like serious gaslighting. Like you walk into a situation and you're like, I am mad at you and I'm going to apologize to you because somehow I've offended you. Want to see something funny? Visit Bree in 10 years. Okay. For real. I want to... How do I invite people? I forgot. How do I invite people? Normally I get all kinds of people wanting to come up. There's all these like fake accounts following me that have no photographs, so I'm sure Christy is watching right now. Gypsy has an internet sweetheart. Hi, Christy. Hi, Christy. Big Daddy Frogger. Who is that? Weird. Weird. Okay. Justin Alt, not a hater. Rogie. Oh, God. I can't recap. It's just so long. Okay, there's all these fake accounts watching right now. Where are the people that normally... Where's Faith? Faith isn't here. I was trying to add Vivi, but I can't find her. I saw her in the comments. I'm not Christy. I'm just a silent... I was trying to add you, but I couldn't. I was trying to invite you. There you go. I was trying to invite you. I was like, I can't invite Vivi.
Hey, girl. Yeah, you want to see something funny? Visit Bree in 10 years. She's going to be like that creator that looks throw Mama from the train. She's going to be her.
It's going to look like Dreamcraft Corner, whatever.
Yeah.
It blows my mind that when I heard her, like, trying to tell this girl, like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to help her? How am I going to lie? I need to do something. I need to get out of this. And then she goes live and says that it's my fault.
Yeah. Has she said anything? I just got on not too long ago. I had to take my daughter to the ER. So I've been with her all day. I think she's got like laryngitis or something. But anyways, so what was the outcome of this all coming out? Has she responded to any of it?
She's contacted Ethan. She's contacted Aaron. Sheena has contacted Aaron. She's frantic. She put out a video about me and tried to say that she wasn't doxing and she wasn't using it to dox. And even though that's what she was doing.
Well, I find the poetic justice in all of this, the fact that she did this all happened the week before Gypsy's book thing is supposed to happen. Yeah. So that's not good. And secondly, this is extortion. What she did is extortion.
What is extortion?
Extortion is like when you use information about people to gain something. Like bullying, basically, but using here's the definition of it: the practice of obtaining something, especially money, through forces or threats, bribery, extortion, to build notoriety, her platform, whatever it is she's trying to do. But that's extorting people and paying Ethan, all that. So yeah.
How is it extorting to dox though?
Because you're using information about people to try and quiet them.
That's not the right word. I don't think it's extortion. Is it extortion?
It's a threat, or it's a threat to you to.
It's blackmail. Yeah, blackmail. Yeah. So she was going to blackmail.
So it says right here that it says extortion is classic shakedown, gouge, a squeeze. Usually it's money someone is after, but it can be anything if they're going to extort you. Threats of violence and blackmail are probably the two most popular ways to extort a person. So it does follow, it's extortion, blackmail, extortion. You're using information to try and press someone in fear to silence them or gain what you're wanting them to do, to manipulate them. And when this happens a lot in prison. They will pull parole dates for it. For people that are waiting on their parole date or have made parole, if you get caught extorting in prison, you'll lose your parole date.
So she went on live and threatened to extort me, basically,
crazy.
After all this happens.
It's crazy.
So she goes live and says she's going to go live every week. And she threatens to extort me and expose me so that I stop. But I'm not actually threatening her with anything. I'm just sharing what she's doing.
Yeah. Right.
I have no stake in this. Like, I don't want anything from her.
Right. But she wants you to shut up.
Right. And so every time she does something, she threatens me, or she threatens to do something to me, or she pays people to dox and harass and roast.
Right. So, I mean, I would, I hope that information makes its way to Gypsy's PO, that this is who she's associating with. And Christy.
It blows my mind that they are doing this so blatantly.
Mm-hmm.
It almost feels like the parole doesn't care.
It's really hard to have someone actually violate it. Okay, so generally when you see a violation where they end up going back to prison is when they've caught a whole new charge, generally. Most of the times they're going to do everything they can to rehabilitate and keep them out because it costs the state so much money to put them back in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, what they could do is hold her in the county jail till she goes back before the board again to plead her case and just scare her real good, I don't know, but it is hard to get someone violated to the point that they go back in just on a parole violation. Usually there's a charge a whole new charge that criminal charge that they've caught. So I don't know, but I hope that the information does make its way to not only Louisiana.
I honestly sent everything I had and told them what they were doing in July, and I never got anything back from them.
Yeah, I would send it to the Missouri Parole Board and the Missouri Parole Officer and I would send it to her Louisiana parole officer because she's got more than one parole officer. She's got one in Louisiana, one in Missouri.
You know, and I want to say something. There's a creator named Radiant Brit, and she really fucking pisses me off. She's a fucking bitch. And I'm putting out all of this information, right? And I'm risking a lot by doing this. I've put my neck on the line. I'm sharing factual information. This isn't because I have a vendetta or I have some sort of grudge.
Right. Well, I mean,
the criminal activity that they're doing, and
Right.
Radiant Brit is making videos saying Katie Joy is big mad at Gypsy.
well, I mean, as you should be, because the public should be big mad because the public, starting with the
But
Hulu,
she looks at Radiant Brit acts like I'm like Gypsy. She treats me like I'm some sort of menace.
you're the menace and you're this con artist.
Like, fuck you, Radiant. Stop fucking talking about me. It's been 5 years. Move the fuck on. I am not the problem.
Yeah. Well, the whole Blanchard family has pulled the wool over all of America's eyes, you know. And, you know, they didn't have anything to do with the Hulu series, but starting with the Hulu series and then moving from there and everything that's been done since then has pushed this agenda of the Munchausen by proxy and that Gypsy is this victim, of which she's not. And even the documents
Yes, they
y'all came out
can violate without a police report. That's not true.
So even the documents that you and Fancy just recently put out showing that she signed to have her own teeth removed as an adult,
right?
You know, versus the narrative that she's put out to the whole world that her mother had her teeth pulled out and put the Orajel in her mouth, and this whole, you know, she lives in a movie in her head,
Right.
and that's what she's selling the whole world is this movie that she's concocted in her head. She's the star of. She needs to get off the stage. But I like what you know, the other
It does, but I'm not, hold on. I need to like keep speaking about this. Like, I'm not big mad because I'm sharing what I know. I'm not big mad and I'm not trying to start drama because people come to me with information and share it with me. And you know why they share it with me? Because they know they can trust me because I've experienced it too.
And then you'll put it out there. I mean, investigative reporting is without emotion. It's
Right.
not about making friends. It's not
Right.
about a
And even in
popularity
this
contest.
entire situation that happened today and yesterday, people were trying to drag me into the middle of it. And I just said, I don't care about your drama. I don't care about the he said, she said. I want evidence. I want screenshots. I want audio recordings. I want to see criminal activity that is happening. And that's all I care about.
Right.
I don't care about hearsay conversations you had. I'm not here to divulge with you my experience with them. Like, I will empathize with them and help them understand what's happening. But I'm not here to I put this information out about what they're doing because I'm trying to protect other content creators, Bree, Radiant Brittany, or whatever your name is. You should be fucking thanking me, Radiant Brit, because you could be next. You put your neck on the line and upload content, and Gypsy hasn't noticed you yet. But she will. And then you'll be a target. And then all of your information will show up in a file. And you know what, Radiant Brit? Even if with all the bullshit you say about me, I would still tell you if I found information on you that they're trying to do to you, because that's how I am. Because nobody should be like intimidated, threatened, doxxed, harassed, or silenced, or extorted to stop talking. It just blows my mind. And Radiant is just using my name so people will click on it to see like I'm doing something wrong. What wrong have I done here? And why no? And most content creators aren't even talking about this.
Right.
Because they want to talk about the bullshit that doesn't matter. They want to talk about an old screenshot between Christy and Fancy that happened in 2019 and say, oh my God, Gypsy's trying to kill Ken. Des Renee, no, they will not violate her with a police report. People have filed police reports against her. You do not need a police report.
Yeah, I would download all that onto a drive and send it certified to that parole office. signature.
And all of you content creators that are like focusing on the gossip are focusing on the wrong shit.
Right.
I'm talking about Nina continuously putting out false information, which then dilutes and confuses and diverts. And for those of you that say Nina doesn't get stories wrong, she's gotten 3 stories wrong in the last few weeks. Ken and Gypsy have not broken up. Ken is not being poisoned by Gypsy. That screenshot happened in 2019, and Habitat for Humanity did not happen. No application was formed, nothing. And then yet her followers watch this and they're like, Nina's never wrong. She would never lie.
Well, I think as a creator, it's like you have to sometimes go back and revisit some of the content you've put out, and I think everybody has their own styles, I'm looking up, have you looked up Louisiana internet laws yet?
Nina's not working for Lifetime, no. You guys, none of these content creators are working for Lifetime. I don't like Nina. I don't like content creators that don't put out truth. I don't like people that just are doing it for views. My videos don't get that many views. My TikToks don't get that many views. When it comes to Gypsy, my sister wives videos are slamming. That's really where I'm at. But why are you going to put out that screenshot's been sitting on Patreon in a drive on Fancy's Patreon for 5 years.
And didn't the screenshot come from Christy, or did it come from
Fancy? It's from Fancy's Google Drive. It's literally been on her Patreon for 5 years.
Oh, gotcha. And she even I think I saw a video where she made a video addressing it, where that's from 2019.
Renee, I have a woman that that works in re-entry up on my panel. God, it's like, oh my God, I can't.
Yeah. And I think that's the hardest thing when dealing with public opinion is that it's just that it's opinion, and people base it on what they believe should be right and not the facts of how the laws and how things actually work. It's frustrating.
They do not need a police report for a technical violation. Because a technical violation is not actually a crime. You would technically be breaking no laws by talking to Nicholas Godejohn, but she would be violating her parole. The link to Fancy's Google Drive was posted on Facebook. The screenshot comes from Fancy's Google Drive from her Patreon. All right. And I said that days ago, and I also said, no, the Habitat for Humanity thing is not true.
I mean, Fancy herself even said, it was hers. She's
yes,
the source
it's her
of it.
conversation with Christy from 5 years ago. So here's the thing. Nina's gotten 3 stories wrong in the last 3 weeks.
Hey.
Meanwhile, Nina's not caring that there's an entire folder, and I have a screenshot of a Discord of her full last name being shared in a Discord with her address, her phone number, email addresses, all of it. But Nina's talking about bullshit that doesn't matter. Yeah, there's a full docs in my screenshots from Bree's Discord. And I told Morbid, and Morbid's like, oh, whatever, I don't care. You know what, Morbid, if you would have found this, you would have cared. Okay. So I don't know why are my photos on my computer not syncing with my iCloud on my phone?
I don't know. I'm not a Apple user. I have an Apple phone. I hate it.
My library hasn't sunk. It's not syncing, and it's like, it says it's syncing, but it hasn't synced. And I can't figure out why. It's very bizarre.
So I'm looking at the Louisiana state codes on cyber stalking. It's definitely a crime.
Oh my God, I know, but it's so hard to prove. Like, internet crimes are so hard to get charges on.
Yeah.
And like small towns don't have the kind of like bandwidth. And the laws haven't caught up, and
yeah, it's definitely a delay there in that.
And they just don't take it seriously. They're like, oh no, she's not doing that.
What was that? Okay, what's the creator's name that looks like Throw Mama from the Train? I never can remember it.
Dreamcraft.
That's going to be Brie. That's Brie in 10 years. That's the direction she's moving.
I just want my library to sync, and so I can show these pictures, but I can't because this is pissing me off. It hasn't. What's the date today? Is it the 7th?
The 6th.
It's saying that it updated today, but the last screenshot that's on my phone. Hold on. I don't know why this happened here. Here, I'll play this again. This is Bree freaking out about telling Gypsy to lie.
Okay.
She's such a fucking dumbass.
She sounds like a man.
It's not good. Like, I'm surprised only was the rest. You know, like, we checked out those two. I mean, I guess she went to both, but did you do both Air Force and Army? She's such a fucking dumbass. The video is not good, though. It's not good. Like, I'm surprised only 33 people liked it. Maybe because this person is, like, a fake account type shit. I know. I was so fucking mad at myself. I wasn't even thinking, like, I was not even fucking thinking. Like, I want to say, I don't remember. I can't remember, like, we were midway through the conversation, so she must have been, I think I was starting because I wanted people to know that I was on YouTube, and I wanted people to know that I'm there, that I'm about to show it, you know, because I wasn't getting on YouTube on my phone, I was on my computer. So I had the phone and all set up, and I was just about to start, and Gypsy happened to call me, and I hate myself. Right, I know, like, these people are that crazy, like, this was right, like, my people from TikTok hadn't even, like, got off the app and came on YouTube yet. That's how fast these people want to go.
I see you in the comments saying that your iClouds are like not syncing, so I appreciate you guys having like letting me know that you're having the same problems.
Here, the thing is that, like, I want to address, but saying that I'm like, people can try to think Gypsy trying to get in touch with me. That's not what this was about at all. Like, so they're dumb, and her PO knows this. Like, you can get a text message. I mean, think about this. In there, I say, I think she'll need more than just a text message to prove that, or whatever I said, because what I'm talking about is something that you would need more than just a text message, in my opinion. Like, with Nick, a single text message to him would prove that she's talking to him. Like, that's stupid, that people. And how do you know, how are you going to say the context is this without showing proof that that's the context? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would you know? It wouldn't make any sense. I'm not even why I'm like stressed eating right now. Like, I have no food in my house, like, I need to go to the store. Like, help you help me? Then I will, but you can absolutely not, like, if I tell you this, that means, like, I am not told anybody this. Not even Planty, not Crystal, not Katie, not, like, literally anyone. It's not nothing horrible, but it is something that I just have to, like, I have to know that, like, I mean, I trust you. But, anyways, but yeah. Just, I don't know, I'm gonna watch someone sitting here, but. Yeah, I can,
Who's Madison, and why did she talk to Rogie on the phone? Does anyone know? Rogie called.
I know, but who is Bree talking to in this? Is this a voicemail that she left?
She's sending a voice memo to Resident Midnight, her friend, and she's telling her that she told Gypsy to lie to her PO.
Wow.
And that she needs to do something because it's going to come out and people are going to see it, and I need to figure out what to do and what to say.
And the whole recording ended up on the internet right now, just now.
Well, this was given to me by Resident Midnight.
That is horrible.
Yeah.
You're dumb. She's dumb. She's dumb. Like, what? But it just goes to show that, like, she doesn't have good moral character, and she's trying to. Yeah,
she's not. She doesn't have the best interests of her in mind, and no one around her does. And then after admitting that she did this, she goes live and accuses me of being the one that did this. So she's the one that did it.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, where you been?
Well, the video is me, and I'm like talking to Gypsy, and I'm like, she was saying something I forgot. I was like, well, you know, I don't think just a text message could get you sent to jail, and or something like that. And then I'm like, and plus I was like, they have people that literally like you can like there's these apps that can like you send text messages from your number. Like, and it'll say this from your number, and she was like, wow. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, and then what I said was, I was like, I would lie. I said I would lie. What I was talking about, and I'm not going to go over this for long, but what I was talking about was, say, for instance, people like KJ, I'm going to give an example. She has put out so many messages from them, and it's spoofing. It's a real thing.
Okay, so she's the one that lied. She's the one that lied, right? She's the one that told Gypsy to lie. Gypsy's the one that violated her parole, and Bree knows that she's the one that did this, tells a friend, and then goes fucking live and blames me. That's what happened. Bree's the one that told her to lie. Gypsy's the one that violated, and to deflect, they blamed me.
That sounds on par.
Spoofing, it's a very real thing.
Yeah, whenever you text somebody like from one of those apps, it's called being spoofed. They spoof your number. My psycho.
I thought you were saying she just said, "Why were you so spooked?" It sounded like she said spooked. Maybe she said spooked. But anyway, so I was explaining to her like these because people are constantly asking her questions, and like KJ, for instance, I was like, I would just lie. Like you don't have to tell everybody your business, because what happens is they betray her and they turn around and they put all these text messages out, and then they'll like delete what they said or cover up what they said, so it only gives one side to the story. And
no, that's not actually what happened, Brianna. So she's trying to make people believe that she's telling Gypsy to lie because I put out text messages and deleted my side of the story, and I'm constantly betraying her. And her followers believed this shit. Even though privately Bree is telling her friends that she's the one that did this and Gypsy's the one that violated parole. And then they have people like Sheena emailing Aaron today and saying, don't trust Katie. She was kicked out of the Blanchard family.
And that to me is hilarious, because how do you get kicked out of a family that you're not even a member of?
Or want to be a part of?
I don't understand. That's dumb.
And I don't know if you noticed, but Sheena was on a panel with them a few days ago, and they were like abusing her, bullying her to take their side.
Yeah, I recorded it.
Madison, who are you? Do you want to come up? Tell me who you are and why you're talking to Rogie. I don't know how to invite people. Why isn't this working? Who is Madison? Why can't I find you? Request to come up. Request. I can't find you in this list. And for some reason, it's not letting me click on people. Oh, she's eating right now, so she'd rather just talk in the comments, I guess. Okay. Yeah, so they tell everyone, don't trust me. Katie's a liar. Katie's the one that is the reason why I told Gypsy to lie. Don't tell Katie everything. Just lie. Just lie.
I would love to know what Bree's history is, familial wise. Like, she doesn't.
And she was one of like, can somebody go to my PO? Because they always send it off. She's like, what if something like this was to get me in trouble? And I was like, I don't think you can just get us back to jail over a text message. That's what I was talking about. I was not talking about her PO. And regardless, like I told reality, whatever person, regardless, even if, let's just say I was, me giving her bad advice cannot send her back to prison. It's her taking that advice and lying that would send her back to prison if he was to find out. I was not saying to lie to him.
But even if I did tell her to lie, and even if I was talking about the parole officer, it's her fault that she took the advice. And you know what's ironic now is that in the face of all of this, last month I heard Bree on a live say, yes, Gypsy did get in trouble and got a warning. She was violated.
And then it's like, even after that, now here we are again with yet another issue through dealing with the same person. And at what point is it going to register in Gypsy and Christy's mind that maybe they should stop associating with her?
And she's like, now her response to all of this information going out of her doxing people and stalking people and threatening people and trying to extort and blackmail people and abuse, like through these discords. Then she goes live and says, well, I'm just going to extort and expose Katie every single week, all the time. My whole content's going to be about Katie Joy now. And then makes a video and deletes it saying that I wasn't really doxing. And then I posted a screenshot of her literally saying, I want to dox the fuck out of Hello Starlight. And then she deletes the video.
Yeah, you could do that. Send her a cease and desist.
I don't care about that. Like, dude, that doesn't matter to me. Like, that's irrelevant. I don't care about Brie. I'm just saying, like, this is what they do. So I am, Fancy is their scapegoat. I am their scapegoat. It's really whoever they don't like at the moment is their scapegoat.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that, I mean, it's just the whole thing is a mess. I mean, nothing changes if nothing changes. Gypsy's not getting the help she needs. She's not compliant with her parole. None of the family's getting any kind of therapy or any kind of reentry help. No. And this is the support that they have. This is the caliber of person that they turn to for any kind of support.
And that's all I said and I said this to Christy in my last conversation. I said, I don't care who the fuck your friends are, Christy, but you're hanging around with a woman that's going to end up violating your daughter, your stepdaughter that you care to love so much. This is who you're willingly associating with.
Yeah. You lie with dogs, you get fleas.
Can everyone type TikTok shop in the comments?
It's just, I know people keep saying that Brie is doing it on purpose, and like, and that's the other thing is like, I wish people understood that like everything they say publicly is a fucking lie. Like everything that comes out of their mouth is a lie. Christy will say, she's the daughter I never had, or she's just like a daughter, like I raised her. Christy never raised her. Gypsy never spent a fucking night in her house. She never saw this child. Meanwhile, all of Rod's resources went to the children she had with him and not to the daughter that he had before.
Either of them.
Mm-hmm. And then she's trying to act like she's the mother of the year. Gypsy's all, this is the mom I never had. And then privately, they're like, I can't stand her. I hit her across the head. Gypsy's a tornado. She doesn't listen to anyone. She doesn't want to work. She's going to get violated. She's going to be a terrible mom. CPS is going to be involved.
Yeah. And then they play victim to the storm that they invite.
Right. And so they're all saying, Katie's lying. CPS isn't going to be involved. Well, then why the fuck did Christy say it, Gypsy? Ask your fucking stepmom. And if Christy cared about her stepdaughter, why does she give a shit about content creators?
Everyone type TikTok shop, please, so we don't give her.
No, it's fine. I'm not going to get violated for that. Like, I just don't understand why, if you cared about someone, why are you spending your time in this?
Can you, and you know, just we've seen just this end of it. So can you imagine what it was for Dee Dee dealing with this? Right. And why there wasn't a relationship? You know what I'm saying? Like, my daughter's father reminds me a lot of Rod, very passive. In fact, I have used that term. This was back in, my daughter was born in 99. So this is back in, 20 years ago. And I've literally used the word ostrich to describe him. He just sticks his head in the sand and just ignores all of it. And his rights were terminated. His parental rights were terminated. And his common law wife, so much like Christy, just a bulldog at the fence, just pacing up and down the fence, just barking, like just stirring shit up. And it was the exact same thing. And he only played Father of the Year when it served the agenda of his image.
Right. And that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah. But let's not talk about all of the court stuff that happened prior. The $9,000 back child support he owed me that I waived when I terminated his rights. There's no mention of that. In fact, when they put pictures up now of their family, they make it look as though he doesn't have a daughter. Like, nobody even knows that he has a daughter that he terminated his rights to. because it doesn't make him look good, you know?
I mean, Rod told the prosecutors that, you know, it was Dee Dee's fault that he kept getting in trouble for not paying child support. What? Since when is it the mom's fault that you didn't pay child support? It's her fault that and then I agreed to give her $350 more a month. No, Rod, actually not. You almost went to jail and they put you up to $350 total. He went on to a documentary and lied and said he was paying $1,200 a month. He's lying.
And I guarantee you, Christy was the one that supported him throughout all of that. She knew all of that was happening and was probably supportive of him, helping him file shit, helping him, making sure that everything happened. Now she's flip sides and now it's, you know.
Hey, hold up. Just Katie, I just want you to know I have screenshots of you doxing people. I have screenshots of you in a server talking about doxing people. I have screenshots of you participating in a server that is willingly trying to extort, harass, intimidate family, friends, neighbors of the Blanchards that want to speak the truth on a case, and you are doing this for a schmurderer. So don't come into my TikTok live and start harassing people when you're the problem. Like, oh, Madison, don't let Snoop find out. Kate, do you want to know what you're doing? I can pull up 13 screenshots of your bullshit. Just Katie, I could probably find out your name and probably report you to the police right now. You should probably just delete yourself from the internet.
Probably just delete yourself. Yeah, just Katie, just delete yourself from the internet.
That's how brazen these idiots are. She's in a server. Her name is Facts on Facts, which is hilarious. And she's in a server with them doxing. And then she's in this chat. They are bullying you. Then come up and tell it. Say it, Madison. Tell me what they're doing. Like, come up here. Tell me what's happening. And yet, yeah, she came in here. I have screenshots of her doing this. Her account. No, her name is Katie. It's a real person. It's not Bree. She's really a person. She came in here to try to intimidate someone that she doesn't want talking. And she's doing it to help a schmurderer. No, I'm Madison. I'm asking to come up because she's claiming that she knows these people. That's why I'm asking her to come up. She got off quick because I blocked her. Serve and protect, is that you, Rogie? Rogie, don't you have someone to threaten with a pew-pew? Get the fuck out of here, Rogie. Oh my God.
See, and that's sad. That's sad that she doesn't feel comfortable to talk.
You know what, Rogie and Katie and Bree and Gypsy and Christy, who are all watching, you guys are pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. You know, this is why people don't want to talk, but someone like me is like, I don't care. You don't scare me. Why aren't you worrying about the fact that there are screenshots of your extortion? And you're doing this all to protect a schmurderer.
You know,
hey, Gothic Squad, idiot. We know that Rez is part of that Discord. And it's, guess what, Gothic Squad? It's not about who runs the Discord. You idiot. Like, it's about the behavior.
It's so true. This is exactly why Casey Anthony's not on the internet. This is why. It doesn't work, you know? It doesn't work. especially when you're pushing a false narrative about what happened in your crime and not taking ownership of what you did. She has taken zero ownership to victimizing her mother, to victimizing Nick, and all of America. So that's what is so infuriating about this on a whole, and that the family is going along with it.
If you're going to say that I was kicked out, I said, overwhelmingly, I'm feeling off about things and starting to question myself about all of this. Gypsy is in the news for using an unreliable fetal Doppler to share her baby's heartbeat. She's exploiting her pregnancy, showing the Doppler on her stomach, which is unreliable, and getting attention for it, which is exactly what Dee Dee did to her. Saying people also don't have the privilege of his eating skills. If they did, any doubt would be washed away in the wave of water. Talking about Ken giving her oral copulation.
Wow, that's disgusting.
That she said publicly.
I just threw up in my mouth.
Yeah. And then a screenshot of, I cut ties with Katie Joy because she's being nosy. No, I was trying to hold you accountable. And I said, living off donations from live chats and getting free gifts is what Dee Dee did. All I'm saying is history is repeating itself, and that is what people are reacting to. Posting a registry to social media isn't normal. It's just not. Christy already said it was a red flag. She can't live for everyone else, but she is also known for her mom scamming, and that is something that she can control. She has to think ahead. Of course, it would be negative. It looks like she's asking for handouts. That's why I suggested immediately making it privacy.
And then how about the picture of her surrounded by her quote unquote medical records?
Right.
That was crazy. It's painting a narrative that's not true.
Right.
You know what's crazy? And have you thought about this? This really not that big of a deal, but like she hasn't, out of all of this that Gypsy has posted, the paternity test, the Doppler thing, the sonograms, the AI photos, she has yet not once ever talked about feeling the baby kick.
No, she has.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any of it. Feeling the baby move, none of that.
She has, but she doesn't talk about it like it's a person.
That's weird to me.
And then on 7/19, I told Broanna.
Who's Broanna?
Are we allowed to call Bree Bro again? Are we allowed to do that?
That's what I have her in my phone.
Broanna.
I've been waiting for that to make a comeback. I'm so happy with it now.
That's hilarious.
After she blatantly blamed me, I'm going to call her Broanna again. I was telling Bree she needs to stop. This isn't helping. She's making things worse. Right? And I said to her, she isn't an influencer. People who are part of violent crimes, even if they are victims of abuse, should not be influencers. She's getting really bad advice. She shouldn't be an influencer, but people want to make money off her. And then Bree's like, she never said she wanted to be an influencer. And I'm like, she literally said on a live she was going to be an influencer, Bree.
I mean, I don't know. I think that someone could be. I just don't think you'd have to first take ownership. You'd have to first take ownership of what.
My point was she's a schmurderer.
Yeah, and she doesn't do that. So how can you be an influencer if you don't even take ownership for what you did?
I said, I've seen her PR plan. They literally are going to exploit her pregnancy. I said her behavior online and all of this is not healthy. And I said, do you know how much she is paying? I said, I know the amount of money she's being charged monthly. Do you? And she said, yes, I do. And I said, $12,500 for PR and management. And she said, I know. And then she went on a live and said she wasn't paying that and lied. Bree knows all of this and then goes public and lies.
Wasn't that when she was trying to be like a mommy blogger or something? Like,
yeah.
My first pumpkin whatever latte.
And she always has, like, she knows what happens between Gypsy and other people better than the person that's involved. She can explain everything that happened because Gypsy told her. And she believes it.
Gypsy can't even explain what's happening to Gypsy.
And so I wanted to share a post that I wrote about her. This happened when I was done with them. And this is when they say I was kicked out of the family.
Kicked out of the gang.
But I don't think you would say this if you wanted to be in the family. I'm sharing this after being several weeks of being accused of blindly following Gypsy Rose Blanchard because at this point I was done lying for them. I wasn't going to pretend everything was okay anymore. And people thinking I'm putting out a narrative for her. I'm sharing this with full knowledge of Gypsy's family. I made this post. Christy knew I was making it, and Vicky knew I was making it.
Just Christy, she didn't run away. She left because she has integrity. There's a completely different way to phrase that.
I said, I do not blindly follow anyone. Of course, I see behavior of Gypsy and get frustrated. I don't agree with everything that she says or does. I don't think she's a victim or that Ryan is a victim in their divorce. I said, Gypsy 100% played on Ryan's insecurities by constantly running back to Ken. She for sure fueled his jealousy, which she admitted to having two men in her heart. Ryan equally was not the gentleman that he wishes and pretends to be. He can be passive, aggressive, controlling, sexist. I mean, I think people have seen that. Gypsy can be impulsive, reactionary, immature, and takes the path of least resistance to get out of a situation. This is a product of her upbringing. Gypsy is socially stunted and admits to it. She acts like a 15-year-old, but she's 32. Ryan sought her out in prison. He knew she had numerous mental health issues and expected her to stay at home and be a wife. She had no experience in life, let alone knowing how to live with a man. Like Mia said, any man that went after her in prison has their own issues, which is true. Ken isn't perfect either.
That's bad when her own sister says that.
Right. Ken isn't perfect either. His behavior online hasn't always been tactful. Ryan and Ken going back and forth is tacky and trashy. They look like two roosters fighting for their hen. But remember, I got kicked out of the family.
The mafioso.
Gypsy is learning to navigate life. She's 32 and no one can tell her what to do. She won't be controlled, and she certainly doesn't help her reputation with some of her comments and constant engagement with channels that hate her. And at that point, I said, I know all of this above, but I still don't beg on her because I don't expect her to be a typical 32-year-old. I understand her history and mental health issues. And I also know she can't learn if she doesn't make mistakes.
But what is she doing to help that? Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
And so that's the post that Gypsy said I bashed her.
Mm-hmm.
But mind you, Vicky, her best, someone she loves, commented on this post and agreed with everything I said. And all Brie could talk about was herself and all the people that hate her.
Which is a lot. Bet you that was a long conversation.
And she says, so I'll be honest with you. I can see why she was upset with what you wrote. But that's how you feel and your feelings are valid. Like, I don't think she constantly ran back to Ken. Before Gypsy ever spoke to Ken, Ryan would constantly tell her to go call Ken. So call Ken even before she had ever talked to him. I was trying to tell her, I said, in prison, she never stopped talking to Ken. Like, Brie showed up in February. I had been around for 5 years and I had known what she was doing in prison. She had like 5 guys that she would talk to at the same time. She had like so many, she did that like sweetheart thing where she was conning guys.
Mm. See, the thing about that people don't understand, I don't know. I assume people don't understand about prison is that you don't know who that inmate's writing. You don't know who's on their visitation list, and you don't know who's on their calling list.
Yep.
You don't know. You don't know who's sending them money. You don't have access to it. You might think that they're only talking to you, but they're talking to 5 other people.
And she would use that as a tool to manipulate the guys even harder and make them think that her picking them was a gift. And then she keeps them triangulated by telling them things to instigate and to cause them to fight. But Brie, who met her in February and literally knows everything more than everyone, said that everyone that knew anything was a liar.
She's definitely very male codependent. Like, there's this male dependency. I don't know what the term for it is, but Tammy said, all she thinks about is a man. It's definitely weird. It's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy obsession that she has about being. She has to be in a relationship with a man. Has to.
It's just
But her mom was the same way.
And Bree spent months and months and months telling the family that anyone that wasn't giving, basically kissing Gypsy's ass and kissing Christy's ass and not kissing their ass, if you didn't agree, she basically told them, we are not loyal. So she would tell Christy, Katie's not loyal, Vicky's not loyal, Natasha's not, or whoever. And so we noticed, because Christy was very different before she's always been a fucking mess, but like when Gypsy was in prison, it was very different. Like we didn't have to deal with this bullshit. And the whole thing was Gypsy's going to come out. It's going to be about advocacy. It's not going to be about money. That's not what happened. They couldn't control Gypsy. And then they only wanted to be surrounded by yes people after spending 5 years telling people we want people around her that can hold her accountable. We want you to help us with guiding her and giving her advice. We trust you, Katie. You know social media. You know how to handle haters. We know that you can help her. So that's what they wanted me to do. I didn't want to ever get in the middle of their bullshit. I didn't want to fight their fights for them. I didn't want to lie for them. And I certainly didn't want to get lumped into what Bree was doing. And when it started affecting me personally, and Bree starts bullying everyone, and then everyone is trying to say that I'm doing it too, I never even knew Bree. Never even talked to her. I only talked to her after I left the family. But she knew better. She still knows better. But then she really knows because she lies for them.
Yeah, I think that they could have totally done the whole advocacy thing, and but they are the manipulation and the scheming is so innate in their nature. Mm-hmm. They've annihilated any chance of it ever being anything good.
That was like that was like literally my last conversation. I was like, Christy, I don't know what your thought process was and what you guys were fucking thinking, but having cameras in front of her face the day she got out was stupid.
Yeah.
None of this is helping her. I kept saying she needs to get offline. She needs to just disappear. I said, she's never going to be accepted the way that you guys want her to be accepted. They don't want anyone to view her as someone that committed a crime. They only want her to be viewed as a victim. They want her to be like Elizabeth Smart. They want her to be viewed like the Turpin kids. They want her to be viewed as
the perfect victim.
Yeah, JC Dugard.
Yeah. And she's not a victim. America sees we're not dumb. We're not stupid.
And she's not like the other victims because those other victims didn't try to have reality shows, want to be Kim Kardashian.
Well, let's look at the Menendez brothers. How about that one? I don't know who the content creator was that approached her at the airport and they were like, what is your thoughts on the Menendez brothers? She was clueless. If anybody should know that's claiming advocacy, if anybody should know anything about the Menendez brothers case, should be Gypsy. Okay.
You know what? I'm going to say something about the Menendez brothers, and I'm just going to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on their side of being released.
And that's fine. But what I'm saying is, if that's the spin that they're wanting to take, if that's what she's claiming, do you know what I'm saying?
And
she should know.
Right. And the reason why I'm not on the side of them being released is because there's hundreds of thousands of inmates that have the same probable situation that will never be released, that are Black. Mm-hmm. And they're getting attention because they came from Beverly Hills and they're white and they were rich.
Well, and both times that their case was before the public was during electoral.
Yeah,
it was. It is. They used it for electoral reasons. I mean, it was. And there's an agenda.
There's a new DA, and that DA has already been pretty clear. Mm-hmm. He's not making his decision by pressure of a Netflix documentary because cases and trials aren't tried on social media and in a documentary.
Correct. So, but my point is, they're wanting to have this whole spin of advocacy in the public eye.
Yeah.
Educate yourself on cases that are in the public eye. she completely didn't even know. And then Ken walks up and he's like, we're not educated enough to
The
speak
only
on
thing
that.
she said about them is like, oh, well, if you do get out, the public will turn on you. Be prepared. All she cares about is public perception.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had a conversation with my take on reality, Julie or whatever. I like her. Okay. Mm-hmm. She's got like 1 million followers on TikTok. A lot of my followers like her. She's from Canada. Okay. And so she follows cases, but she's Canadian. Mm-hmm. And so she doesn't understand the justice system.
Right.
In the United States. Mm-hmm. And so she was on a live and she was like, Julie, the recap. Yes. And so she was like, yeah, I think they'll get out by December.
No.
And I said, so I reached out to her and I said, Julie, like, I'm not sure if you're aware, but the prosecutor that did the resentencing or that wanted the resentencing, he lost an election and he lost by a landslide. He was very unpopular. Mm-hmm. And he made the decision for resentencing because he was losing very badly.
Right.
And he sat on that case for a year and then made the decision right ahead of an election. And then he lost.
Right.
So that should tell you how unpopular widely he is.
Yeah.
And that should also tell you that maybe people aren't as for it as you think. Just because there's noise on social media doesn't mean that's what the public thinks.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's, I do think that, in the study of criminal law, you also know that the DA's office is a conveyor belt. They have more cases than what they can give attention to. And I don't think, for that reason, I don't think that cases receive the proper sentencing. You've got some on the extreme, like Gypsy's, that didn't receive the proper sentencing and has freedom that she probably shouldn't have. And then I think that there's the extreme on the other side of it where we have people on death row that are not guilty, So it's just, that's why it's the weights are that symbolize the judicial systems, because it's very hard to properly prosecute and make sure that people are sentenced appropriately according to their crimes, and do it without emotion, being not letting emotion be a factor.
Right. So the new DA basically has said, I'm not going to let the emotion of this or a documentary sway me. We don't try cases based on Netflix. And so I was trying to tell Julie, like, I don't think this is going to be in their favor. And then I started watching actual legal analysts from Court TV, from from lawyers and analysts that covered the case from years ago, from prosecutors that were in California. And most of them don't think they will get out.
Yeah, I don't think that they might get a sentence reduction to the, but that doesn't mean that they're entitled to parole.
Right. Right.
They still have the whole hurdle of having to go before the parole board and being heard and approved for that. And one might get it and the other brother doesn't. I mean, you don't know. Like,
and when Gagnon or Gaskell or whatever his last name is, when he made the announcement, he literally said he has prosecutors that tried that case that are still in his office that do not want them out. And that if there is a hearing for this, they will say they don't want them out.
Yeah.
And the new evidence is not really new evidence. It's not. It was a part of the trial. They spoke about the letter at the trial. There's no real new evidence. A lot of this is Mark Garagos being a skillful defense attorney that's very good at gaslighting and misdirection and making spectacles. Mark Garagos also defended Scott Peterson, didn't he?
Yeah. Did you see, speaking of Scott Peterson, did you see the documentary about that van?
No. I watched Scott Peterson's interview and he's a fucking narcissist. He did it. And I'm
just asking you, did you watch the one about the van and all the other eyewitnesses that day?
I don't know. I watched one where they actually interviewed him and it was very obvious he did it.
He is definitely a narcissist. He's a total douchebag. I don't argue that, but
he did it. No, I'm not watching anything. He did it. I'm not entertaining the fact that he didn't do it. Nope. I know. Nope.
All right. So when I do investigative research, I look at everything. It's a prism. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to spin it. I keep my opinions open as far as I don't ever really lock in.
He did it.
So I watched it and it was very interesting.
Yeah. And all of those documentaries, they're produced by the defense. So you always have to know the agenda. He did it. And
So
I'm not going to like entertain it because it's injustice to Lacey. It's injustice to the baby that's dead. It's completely gaslighting Amber and Amber, what Amber experienced. Like, no.
I hear you. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying that when I look at cases, like when I got Discovery, when I worked at the law firm, when Discovery would come through and the investigator and I would sit down and look at a murder case, someone's faced with death row. There was cases that we won when we looked at the evidence, and because the evidence proved that the person didn't do it. And there's times when the DA would put a spin on, they would get their mind made up that this person is guilty.
But that's not what happened with Scott. It's not.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. There was a documentary that came out with some information that has not been put out in the public, and it was just interesting to me.
It's all lies. All this bullshit's been out for years. It's the same thing with the Menendez brothers. Like, none of this is new. They've all been gaslighting. They're all narcissists. They all spun it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Lyle is a narcissist because I think he got kicked out of Princeton for plagiarizing. And right before they killed their parents, they were burglarizing neighbors' houses. Lyle made his younger brother take the fall because he was a minor. They had to move neighborhoods because they were juvenile delinquents. And then they tried to convince people to lie for them. They tried to get one of their girlfriends to claim that Jose essayed them. This whole concept that I was abused. Okay, if that's the case, then every prisoner gets to get out.
Yeah. And well, Gypsy used the same narrative.
If every prisoner, I think if they did a study, has probably been abused. And the way that those parents were killed, there was no imminent threat. None. And then they lied and lied and lied and lied and lied and spent all the money. And to me, if they were mistreated by their parents, that still doesn't excuse what they did to them. There's no excuse. That was one of the most, I'm 46. That happened when I was in middle school. The second trial was when I was in high school. We watched it. We watched that one and we watched OJ. I'll never forget. There's a reason why the prosecutor that tried them was so adamant that they were lying. Because, oh God, I can't. Because TikTok is obsessed with them being innocent and they're not.
Yeah. No, they're obviously not innocent. They did what they did. They absolutely did it. Absolutely did it.
And I just don't like that these cases are always highlighted by white people and their notoriety because they're white and they should get special privileges.
Right.
When there are a disproportionate number of African American and people of color in prison that don't get this kind of exposure, that are probably more unjustly incarcerated for lesser crimes.
Right. Yeah. Or on death row.
Right. And they didn't do it.
Did you see that one documentary about that town in Oklahoma that had put those 4 men in prison that were not guilty? And DNA exonerated them?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It bothers me that all the media does is highlight these cases of white people. And it's like, what about all of the women that are brown or black that got charged with crack and they're in prison for life? And there's a disproportionate number of African American men that are sitting in California on the 3 strikes on petty, low-level felonies, but are in prison for life.
Right.
Because of the 3 strikes. But nobody's talking about them. They're focused on the fucking Menendez brothers.
Yeah, and that's that conveyor belt in the DA's office, just closing out cases. I really, truly believe, me personally, that there needs to be a level of accountability for the DAs and these investigative police officers that either don't solve cases or falsely accuse and people are on death row that didn't do something. There's no accountability for these law enforcement officers at all. They go to bed every night, they get paid, they make their pension, they retire and never look back. Nothing happens to them. Oh, well, you lost 35 years of your life and you weren't guilty.
Hold on one second. I can't check my inbox, Madison. I'm sorry, I'm live. You can't do that when you're live on TikTok. I don't think.
And as far as Lyle, yeah, definitely. So prison, people stop maturing when they're in prison. They also stop aging. So a lot of times you'll see people, they look younger because they're not exposed to the elements of the world. And so all this news about his girlfriend or whatever, this young girl at 21, that's 21 years old, he's probably stopped maturing at that age. So that's what he connects with mentally.
And he's also probably just a scumbag. I always thought Lyle was scummy, gross, and like he was just no. He's a scumbag. Like their testimony was cringe. It was just no.
Yeah, I remember watching it. So I'm a few years older than you. I remember watching it. I think what year was that? Was it 96?
Well, no, 92 I think was the first trial.
No, because I was pregnant. I had 94.
No, 96 was the second trial.
Yeah. So my
but they didn't testify in the second trial.
Yeah. So my oldest was 2 on the second one. Let's see. I think the first one was at 94.
No, it was like earlier than that. It was like 92, I think.
Okay.
No, Lyle testified in the second trial, but Eric didn't.
Yeah, 93 to 94. So I was pregnant because I remember being pregnant. I was like, yeah. So the first trial was 93 to 94, and then the second one was 96. And I remember it was an eye roll. It was just a huge eye roll when it was on because it was constant, and it was just, we were sick of hearing about it, And I remember with the first trial thinking,
he dressed them to look like children, right?
Yeah.
And then they looked like, it was just so obvious they were lying while they were on the witness stand.
I don't think that if there is any validity to what they were saying that happened to them as children or that was going on in the family, same with Gypsy, you get up and leave, remove yourself, I do kind of empathize because back in that time, that was not something that was understood in the 90s.
I don't agree with that.
I don't think it was.
I don't agree with that.
But either way, they could have just left.
Yeah, like that trial in the OJ trial clogged up my teen years in schools. Yep, exactly. Same.
Yeah, I was constantly.
I remember they were such buffoons that they did whole skits about them on Saturday Night Live.
the sweaters and the glasses.
Yes.
It was just like a joke. It was everybody was sick. It would come on and would be like, oh my God. Turn the channel,
Yes.
We were all sick of it.
I'm just not on, to me, there's just some people that they did it and they should just be there and just, I don't want to hear about you anymore. I don't want to think about you. I don't want to think about it. I was so done with them by the time they were finally found guilty. And they had no excuse to hurt their mom if what their defense is true. And so that's why I just don't buy it. They had no reason to do what they did to their mom. None. So, and then the fact that they went on a spending spree was just, and then now they're trying to act like they didn't. And it's just, no, we saw the photographs with the Rolexes. You bought whole houses. You actually bought businesses. And I'm pretty sure bought a Porsche or a Ferrari.
The car, yeah, the car. It was like a Porsche or something.
We didn't need social media back then to know what happened with the Menendez brothers.
No, it was on every channel.
Yes. It was on.
God. Like the kids nowadays, they're like, how did y'all know how to find your way? How did you know where to go? How to get somewhere? Well, directions, maps, because we didn't have Google Maps,
Yeah.
Their case, I do see a lot of similarities between them and Gypsy as far as the personalities and the lying and the Lucky Clover.
Yeah, I just
and making the parents out to be these villainizing.
I fully believe that Jose was probably an asshole, and I absolutely believe he was probably physically abusive to them. And in all honesty, he was a boomer, right? Was he Cuban immigrant?
Yeah,
Cuban immigrant. That's a very patriarchal, machismo.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. It's the whole machismo of that culture. So I fully believe that he was hard on his kids. Absolutely. That still doesn't excuse it. I mean, there's plenty of us that had parents that were assholes that didn't do that. I know I had phone numbers memorized. We asked for directions, and so when people would be like, "So turn at the dollar store on the corner, next to the Jiffy Lube."
Yeah, go through 2 stop signs.
Go through
the
2
second stop sign. You're gonna go 2 more straights and take a right.
And then when you see the 7-Eleven, take a right. And then when you're driving down the road, you'll see a house that has a white porch, and it'll have like a really messed up like mailbox. Go past that, and it's the second house.
Yeah, that's how we gave direction, and you would write it down on like a piece of mail, you know. And the phones like all had we had landlines. We didn't have cell phones.
The times where I would have got lost completely. I can't even follow a GPS.
Go by 3 big trees and the 4th house on the left. Exactly.
I miss those days though. Like I
gotta stop. I got a warning. All right. Love, faith. Faith is my tonight. Okay, so now we're going to do an open panel of the survivors of Brie. Gypsy.
Oh, I love that idea.
Survivors of Brie and Gypsy. If you have been personally affected by Brie or Gypsy, it's an open panel. I just got a message from Resident Midnight who claims that Brie just called her or tried to call her and said that she hurt Gypsy. This is what I'm telling you. Anytime you speak out, then they throw it in your face that you have like hurt her or caused her pain or her life is in danger. You guys.
She needs to be careful. Like, she hurt Gypsy. She might be next on the list.
Like, you guys are pathetic. You hurt Gypsy because you said the truth, because because you stopped lying for her. You hurt Gypsy because you didn't want to cover up for her lies. Like, what? Thank you for becoming a team member, Hairspray. I'm going to change the gifts were not very popular. Nobody liked the gold coins thing. So I don't know how to change the gifts though. I feel like TikTok is getting banned, so they haven't done anything to our.
Oh, I forgot that's about to happen.
What?
I forgot TikTok was about to get banned.
Yeah, and the appeal just got denied by the Supreme Court. So, if they don't do something, it's going to be gone on January 19th.
That's coming up quick.
Yep.
Maybe that's why Gypsy could try to influencer.
Let's do Rosie the Rose.
I love that one. I sent that to you the other day. When you were in the panel.
Rosie the Rose. Okay. Tonight is open panel, and it's the victims of Gypsy and Brie. If you have been personally affected by Gypsy or Brie, you're welcome to come up and share your experience. You are not welcome to come up if you have been told that Katie is dangerous and kicked out of the Blanchard family.
You sound like one of those commercials.
I know, you're muffled.
Oh, sorry. You sound like one of those commercials. Like, if you took this medication.
You are welcome to come up if you've been personally impacted by Gypsy and Brie. You are not welcome to come up if you believe that Katie is the problem. I really like the screenshot of Sheena telling Aaron that I was kicked out of the family. I feel like I want to get that like memorialized. Katie Joy has been kicked out of the Blanchard family. This is like my favorite screenshot ever. By gypsies. That's not how this is the education level. Look at how she wrote gypsies. She claims she's getting a PhD in criminal justice, and that's how she spelled gypsies. And she said stepmother Christy because of her own actions, and so did Fancy, and they've hated Gypsy ever since. And Gypsy is wonderful, and none of this is her fault. That's why they're so interested in Ethan. Thank you. My heart dropped when I heard that. Wait. Like, none of this is Gypsy's fault?
Just the smartering part, I'm assuming. Just they put it all in,
I want to make a shirt that said Katie Joy got kicked out of the Blanchard's family.
I didn't know that you were part of that family wreath.
I didn't either.
Winding into itself.
I know.
Are you like a first cousin that married a first cousin?
I'm Rod's illegitimate child.
He has a lot.
I think he was 7 when he got my mom knocked up.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I think he's 53. I think he's the same age as my husband. So I'm 40. So he was 8 when he got my mom knocked up. And you know those Bayou boys mature young and they like the older women. That's what Cajun Bayou Beauty said.
Plus, he still had his baby teeth.
Yeah, he still had his teeth. Sorry, it's not funny. I'm just saying that because he's only 8 years older than me. So he would have had to have been 8 to have me and my dad. So Madison is being harassed because apparently she doesn't agree with them. Same old. And then my other favorite, this is the victims of Bree. Then today, Bunny, who is best friends with Christy, said, I don't know how you sleep at night, but karma will find out. Does it feel that good to just use and discard people like they were only there to further your sick ass goals? No, that's actually what the Blanchards do. And you know damn well the narrative put out by KJ is false.
Damn.
I told you I'm always the one that's wrong. I'm always the one that's wrong.
A manipulative sociopath. Are you not the one who, stabbed her mama? But, all right.
Right?
Alrighty. Because she's completely sane.
Not her trying to gaslight Aaron today or last week. Bree was so busy. Like,
I thought she took a week off.
Yeah.
I guess her rugs dealer came back in commission.
Right?
He must have got out on bond or something,
Can't pay your bills, but you can sure pay Ethan.
If you have to pay someone to not roast you, that's a problem.
Right? These people are insane. They're certifiably insane.
Do you know how bad it is that you pay someone to go after someone else, but then you pay them to leave you alone?
I feel like we need to get a shirt that says, I'm so high right now.
Yeah, her cold that's lasted all year. It doesn't go away.
Oh, Dreamer. I'm sure they've made...
Not with her beard and all. Her beard is a paid actor. I'm telling you it is. She looks like Abraham Lincoln.
They hate on me because I'm the scapegoat for the Blanchards. No, Toll Man, you're not a victim of Bree and Gypsy. Only victims of Bree and Gypsy are allowed on panel tonight. Faith is like a victim by proxy because she's my friend.
They hate me. I couldn't even get in. They wouldn't even let me in.
They block you on everything.
They do. As soon as they see me coming, blocked. I try to beg, let's just be friends. Nope.
Thank you, Toll Man.
I tried to watch from the outside, and somehow she kicked me out of the outside of her chat.
I know. I got kicked out of Dreamers on my backup account that I had to create because they blocked me on this account. And I'm like, I was only watching. And she was like, blockity, block, block, block. And that's when Bree, I'm outside of the club and I can't even get in. Exactly. Oh, thanks everyone for giving Faith some love.
Well, thank you.
Who wants to do a heart or a rose? Who wants to be the top gifter? Yeah, I don't understand why they talk so much shit. Like you.
You do you. You're awesome. There you go.
Oh, look at all they're giving Faith love. Good. Okay. I'm so high right now. I'm so high right now. So high right now. And Katie Joy is the one that actually made Gypsy have to lie to her parole officer. It's her fault, you guys. It's Katie Joy's fault. And apparently, I like that one, Kay. Thank you. Apparently, Bree also, I really am enjoying this actually. She was having a heart attack today. Oh, and then earlier she liked a video made by Aaron. So she was like stalking Aaron. She sent a message to Aaron. She sent a DM to Ethan, trying to beg him to be her friend again and fight her battles for her. Here they are in their server. And some of these have flipped on them now, so not all of these people are doing this anymore, but those are some of their people in their server.
The fact that they had an entire club on how to ruin someone's life is hilarious.
I know, right? Like they had a whole folder. And it was all to expose people. All to expose. Oh, this is what they have in the fancy folder.
Why'd they have to do her like that?
I don't know.
That's embarrassing.
Bree says that Nina ain't shit. I wish I could show you this, but it says that this was Nina pre-Gypsy. She would be nothing without Gypsy.
I know bro is not doing that because we've seen what she looks like when her face isn't shoved up in the camera. She's a catfish. She's on the wrong. Never mind.
This is how crazy Bree is. I was telling her about the bullshit I had to deal with, and all she could talk to me about was how she was not going to stop destroying Nina's life until she was like basically buried in the ground. Like she would not stop until she had no platform. And then they go on their lives all the time and they say, this person shouldn't have a platform. This person shouldn't be on the internet. Like, you guys understand that there's a thing called free speech, and it's actually pretty offensive to other content creators to try to deplatform them. And quite frankly, I haven't heard on this side people calling for deplatforming of anyone, because most of the content creators that are making this content believe in free speech. And when you start calling for, hi Ellen, when you start calling for the deplatforming of it, that's just wrong. You're trying to silence people.
And when they can't do it, they dox them.
Yeah. What was I going to show you? Oh, this was something. Okay, this was a folder that Beth shared in there of like what was in her deleted items. And in there are all these photos of her, but there's a little screenshot up there and it says, is doxing illegal in California?
Why did she share
that?
That's
in this group. There's a screenshot that says, is doxing illegal in California? Oh, I was taking screenshots of random people that were following me. Sorry.
I do that for you too. Don't feel bad.
I was like, who is this person? I need to investigate them later.
It's so bad. Melanie, it truthfully is because every time we even go into a chat, we get attacked immediately for no reason. I can just be in the chat with KJ and all of a sudden I'm getting called out for nothing.
For nothing. She's like doing nothing. I feel
I'm just
sad.
sitting there.
They're just... Here's Rod's love note to Christy when he had a girlfriend and he was in love with Christy. Oh, is Brie?
Look at that penmanship. He did. I mean, he spelled better than I thought. No punctuation. I see. It's just a big run-on love note.
Ellen says she wants to see. Oh, Ellen, is that you, Ellen?
It is Ellen.
It is my. Is that my Ellen?
Yes, it is. She's the moderator.
Okay, good. I love Ellen. That's my girl. That's my girl. She's my AUB girl. She's an ex-polygamist. She never was a polygamist, by the way. That's my girl, Ellen. She's from polygamy. Her
Do you remember when that girl came in?
Her grandpa was the prophet and a cult leader. What now?
Do you remember that girl came in and like you're talking about like her grandfather or something, and she got really offended, and she got me for bullying for no reason.
And to this day now, there's a creator named Melanie Watson. She's like the daughter of Dave Watson. She calls me abusive, and I'm like, your daughter came in here and was acting all weird. She was like being so live in the chat.
She got me for bullying, and I didn't even say anything mean. I just asked how she got out of the house.
Like, I felt bad because like I think there was a misunderstanding because she thought I thought she was talking about Joe Thompson and she was talking about Dave Watson. But yeah. I'm so high right now.
Isn't that what Gypsy said? I'm so high. I'm on a high right now.
I'm on a high right now. Can't bring me down.
The D is fire.
Right? But now she tells everyone that Ryan is a limp dick.
Poor Ryan.
I know. She literally told me that and I was like,
has she ever thought that maybe the problem is her? You know, not everybody.
No, I just think that's how she thinks. She just tries to emasculate men and like hurt them where she thinks it hurts. You know, like I wish she would just be honest that she hates Nina because Ken asked her out for drinks. Like that's That's the truth. She doesn't like Nina because Ken asked her out for drinks.
That's why she said my man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole.
Yes.
Your man tried to touch her with more than a pole. It probably wasn't 10 foot though.
He wanted some Nina, I guess. And that's like, whether real or like imagined, a 3-foot pole. but she's obsessed with Nina because Ken asked her out. And so it's just like they hyper fixate on people for like perceived injustices, and like she's so insecure. And today a content creator sent me some screenshots of stuff that Gypsy was sending people, and she sent me a photo. Gypsy's like doxing Ken's ex-girlfriend, sending Facebook pictures of her. But I saw a picture of her for the first time, and I was like, oh, now it makes sense why Gypsy's losing weight while she's pregnant and blonde. Because Ken's ex-girlfriend is thin, blonde, and gorgeous. I'm actually shocked he had a girlfriend that pretty.
Is that the 5-year one?
Yes.
That's the one that he sent pictures out trying to dox her.
Yes, that's what I saw today. She's like, this is who he was dating for 5 years.
Well, you were locked up behind bars because he didn't care you were there.
I'm not going to dox her because I took a photo. I took the photo of the girl and I put it next to a photo of Gypsy, and the content creator's like, that's fucking creepy. She's basically trying to morph into Ken's ex-girlfriend. I don't know. It's when you look at the girl that he was with and you look at Gypsy, it's very clear that he's with Gypsy for the money or the clout.
They did live together, and the funny thing is that he left Gypsy in jail for her to find herself. I don't know what she was going to find, but other inmates and some honey buns, but he assumed she was going to find something good there. Why he went out without something better.
Dina is a victim of Bree. She says, I was watching Bree's live yesterday and she blocked me and wrote me a message. I know who you are. Tonight's. And then, or we could have a live of Rod Blanchard's mistresses.
Oh, we're going to be here all day. They have a joint Facebook. We're going to be here all day. He's still on like Tinder and stuff. He's putting himself out there. He's trying his hardest. How about we do it for his illegitimate children?
Rod's illegitimate children meetup.
We'll call it a family reunion.
I heard there's a rumor there's like at least 3 other kids, but I don't know. That's like word on the bayou. Calming Soul says, I'm blocked by Bree because my energy irritates her. Kay says she's subbed and sent 2 roses. Thank you, honey.
Bree blocked me because her energy irritates her. You must have called her on a come down. You know, she was.
Thank you, Kay. Wait up. Is Rod on Tinder? Maybe. Well, okay, you guys know that back in 2017, Rod was like peeping the ladies in Gypsy's Facebook groups. And he was caught getting fresh in the DMs on Facebook with ladies. He was probably saying, I've got this feeling I like you, but how can I like you when I'm married to Christy? I just want to get to know you. And that's when he lost his Facebook rights and they became a joint Facebook page. Oh my God, you've been with me since the LB drama? Oh God, don't ever bring her up. I hate that she pretends like her name isn't Leslie Bass and that she changed her name. And she did that because she got caught scamming people. Joint accounts are always sus. And then Rod was like relegated to a joint account. There's someone named Andrew watching. I hope he's not the Andrew that exposed himself on Morbid's live. Did you see that?
You mean like exposed his genitalia or exposed
something? He was like naked on Morbid's live. I guess I saw a screenshot of it like in the Discord that they were compiling information on Morbid about. He was apparently like
naked. They're going after Morbid because Ken went up there and just trashed Gypsy and then decided to recant last minute when she told him to.
Wait, what?
Ken went on Morbid's thing or messaged Morbid and was saying like bad stuff about Gypsy, how he's not really in control of anything. And
yeah.
And then all of a sudden Gypsy found out and then they made him go back and recant.
Yep. And then Raina's mom, the mom went up there and basically was like, yeah, he's only there because she's pregnant.
But don't forget, they're going to name the baby after her, so it's fine.
He broke the contract, yeah. You don't understand. In order to be a part of their mafia, you have to be... The first rule of the mafia is lie and blame Katie Joy. Or Fancy.
It's hilarious because she goes, go up there and tell your truth, baby. And all of it was whatever she told him to say. And then when he was about to say what he wanted to say, Bree kicked him off the panel so he'd shut up.
It's like the
the Bayou Trash Mafia. Because I feel like they don't even have the right clothes. They don't have the right personality. Like, they don't even have the best food.
She can't cook spaghetti. That was embarrassing.
Oh my God, her spaghetti. She wrote down a script of what she wanted Ken to say.
And he veered from it and they kicked him right off.
Ivory Rose Nose is on Morbid's panel. I don't respect Ivory Rose Nose anymore. I'm sorry. Like, she has a troll page and it's just really unprofessional and it's just absolutely gross to see what she and Naomi are doing. And I don't care if Naomi is doing it to her. It doesn't, two wrongs don't make a right.
Wow. It's my twin. I love it. I love that for us.
Yeah. Plus, she always has like weird conspiracies. She says things that she thinks are a fact that are really not a fact. And I actually left a comment on her like troll page. And I don't care if Naomi called her job. I really don't care. You modded for me, Kay? Oh, interesting. I don't remember that. I had a bunch of mods back in the day and I had to like exile most of them because there was like a revolt.
A revolt?
Yes, it was like I was brand new to YouTube and I didn't know YouTube, and so I just modded people that I didn't know, and I didn't really understand like the complexities of having mods. I still am on YouTube mostly. That's where I do most of my work and have my biggest platform, and that's where all the money is, not on TikTok.
They kicked Ken off the panel. He had to go up there and say that he supported Gypsy 100%. And when he started saying something that was opposite of that, they kicked him off the panel.
Jessie Bear has been my moderator. I wish she would actually come on panel and talk because she's fucking hilarious and I love her, but she never wants to come on. Jessie's been my mod since day one. Literally. She's been my mod since 2018. She never wants to come live though. She never wants to talk. She's just so scared. I don't really do true crime. Mostly I cover cults, and actually Gypsy's now becoming a cult at this point. I love you too, Jessie. I'm declaring Christy and Gypsy cult leaders, and Bree is like a de facto cult leader.
You're the first person to call it a cult, so now you get to name it.
Gypshit Bayou Mafia. Gypshit's diaper. I don't know.
You have to go trademark it before they steal it.
Gypshit's broken wheelchair. What was your name on YouTube that you were my mod? Do you know? K? I know 1K, but I don't remember K. What was your username? Shayla Barclay says hi. I cackled. Gypshit's dirty diaper. K Staff 91. I don't remember that. That must have been like a million years ago. Like I said, there was a point when I had like 100 mods and I did not know that you should be picky. Like I modded Faith and that was on a whim. Steffens.
That's because I light up your life. What do you mean?
You did. You do. But you're always on late, love. If I talk, you know I'm so loud. I know you are. Jessie's hilarious.
They kicked him off Bree's panel. Okay, they just like kicked him off and then they acted like they didn't, but they did.
No, off Morbid's panel. Or are you talking about Bree's panel?
No, he went on Morbid's panel and then they made him go to Bree's panel to recant what he said on Morbid's panel.
That's so accurate. My experience on Morbid's panel has been terrible. I don't like how big his panels are.
I think right now he just uses the same like 5 people.
I did not get along with that Apple lady. She was annoying.
She is still annoying, actually.
It says, my team has completed the first stage of the team quest. Team cheers have been unlocked for all team members to send and celebrate. Oh my God, my team has completed the first stage. It is unlocked, you guys.
We're on to a new quest.
Oh, and Jessie just joined my team. She sent team cheers. Apple was really rude to me, and I understand. I know she has autism, so I try to give her grace, but she was really rude.
What's the one that keeps having mental breakdowns?
I don't watch Morbid's panel. I don't know. I didn't like that I couldn't answer a question without getting interrupted. So that was my... Yeah, Andrew's the one that exposed himself. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't on there when I was on there.
Did they kick him off or in the panel?
I don't know, but they were like, "What are you doing there, Andrew?" And he was naked.
And he was naked.
On YouTube. I was like, what the fuck? I don't watch his... Every time I see him live, and I'll turn it on, and they're looking at a picture of Christy, and they're calling her ugly. So I'm like, okay, this is boring. Okay.
You think I would look good in that outfit that she's wearing? Because, Ariel's my hero. You think I could rock it?
I can handle morbid for a short period if it gets too mature and ridiculous. Yeah, like if they actually have like someone on there that they're interviewing or like it's something like that, but when they're just like, pulling up photos and like laughing at people's photos and stuff, like I'm usually like, okay, I'm not interested in this. I actually haven't watched one of his panels in months. So I wouldn't even know if like anyone from that side of the pack has gone on there lately. Gypsy was 23 in this photo, pretending like she was a child that had cancer. Oh, thank you, Kay. She's a top gifter. She sent finger snaps. Okay, Ellen liked the live. Faith Gibbs is just gorgeous, though. Everyone wants to see her face, but she doesn't have to show it. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see. Let me look here. I'm literally looking at a picture of a full docs of Nina, but I'm not going to put that out, but Bree shared that in a Discord. Like, I wish Nina would just not lie.
Stop making money.
I know. Maybe we should just have this be our screenshot. It's telling Fancy Pants that she'll pay her back for her light bill. Lighting Bear Gibbs. Oh, is that your husband? Is Lightning Bear your husband?
Yes.
Hi, Lightning Bear. Of course you think she's gorgeous. You keep knocking her up. Stop getting her pregnant, please. Can I make him a mod?
If you would like to. Just don't make his ego too big, He's pretty cool, sometimes.
All right. Stop getting her pregnant. He keeps getting her pregnant. He has no ego. He's a mod now. She's got 4 kids and she's like not even... Are you 30 yet?
I just turned 30.
She's dirty 30 and she's been knocked up 4 times. Her vagina's probably falling out, right? Did it fall out at the last birth?
Felt like it. Definitely felt like it.
How's the baby?
He's fine. 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Invite. Okay, so Bree doesn't know how to pay her bills. Okay. The chats on Morbid get out of hand. That is true. They can get pretty nasty in his chats. They can be so vicious. They hate me. His chat hates me. Like anytime I show up, they're like, "Go away, Katie. We hate you." So I'm like, okay, I'm never coming back. Okay, sorry. Where did everyone go? It's weird, like lately, MLF says I watch this show. Why do they hate you? I don't know. They always tell, like his chat's always like, shut the fuck up, we hate you, go away, you're stupid, you're a liar. Todd Chrisley sued you. He's in prison though.
Todd's gonna be in there for a long time.
Yeah, I know. He's probably got a boyfriend.
He was definitely playing for that team before he went in.
Yeah. I mean, his business partner aunt testified at the trial that they were having like an affair.
And his wife still stood there and was like, I support this 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
Should have been like, plea deal, please.
Christine Zen Squad. Everyone needs to come together. I will never come together with tonight's panel is an open panel for Bree's victims and Gypsy's victims. If you have been victimized by the Blanchards or Brianna or one of her minions, come up and talk to me. It's weird. This has been a weird night. Nobody's been requesting to come on. I usually get all kinds of requests.
Which is unusual.
It is. Usually people are like, I want to come up. I want to come up. It's like I'll have 10 people trying to come up at the once. There's a picture of a cat, and that scares me because I don't know who they are. And remember that one time? Yes. And yes. Remember that time? And he's like, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm scared. I'm scared of people. I don't know who you are, kitty cat. Like,
I know, Kay. I always protect Katie. I literally take it personal at this point. I really do. It gets real personal sometimes. I get real mad.
And I'm always like, no, my mods are not supposed to be like that. You're not supposed to be like that. I have to like tell her to like calm down. We are all the victims of Gyps shit. Yes, Lori. I'm nice, I swear.
Where did we hear that before?
Yeah, we heard that the last time. Can I be a mod? Absolutely not. I've seen whose face. I would defend her right or wrong. See, I don't I don't know who you are. Nobody mods for me that doesn't know me. The only reason that Faith was able to be a mod is because she's been following me for like 10 years. Not that long, but.
And my charming personality.
That too. So Bree can't pay her water bill. And thank you, Cynthia 977. Tonight we're oh, thank you, Lady Olive. I'm pretty sure I saw a screenshot that Crystal, thank you, Cynthia, for happy TGIF. She isn't Crystal one of like Bree's bulldogs?
Sure is.
Yeah, I got a screenshot of her giving money to Ethan too. Like they were literally yeah. Oh, true crime. Kate seems good based on this conversation, but mods have to be known almost personally these days. This is true. Show what screenshot? So here's why Ellen is a moderator. Her aunt is a friend of mine. And I talked to her aunt actually today. So I've known her aunt for years. I haven't met her personally, but and then her aunt introduced me to Ellen. So that's how Ellen became, and Ellen actually helps me with other stuff. She's a spy for me. Yes, I want to meet you. I want to meet both of you. Ellen's aunt is Kristen Decker. That's how I met her. And I talked to Kristen today. And she wanted to know if I knew how many wives Lynn Thompson had, and I couldn't tell her. I think this person is like, this expired heir person is just a troll.
She knows her because she knows her. That's how she knows her. Okay? That's it. That's all. Thank you, Hello Kitty.
I wonder how Josh Duggar is doing. I don't care. I think it's weird that the Sun keeps doing articles about his prison conditions. Like, why are you trying to be sympathetic to a, you know?
Hopefully he's doing horrible and he's made a lot of friends that he didn't want to make.
Yeah, like, why are you trying to, like, I don't care if Josh Duggar's, do you understand how, like, Club Med federal prison is? He's in a low security prison. And they're like, the conditions are terrible. It's so bad in prison. Well, he's a child diddler. He doesn't deserve good conditions.
His own sisters, nonetheless.
Yeah, like, diddlers don't deserve, like, anything. I don't want to know how he's doing. They published a photo of him walking the track, like, this week. And you could barely see him through, like, the fence. And it's like so dumb. I don't care about a child diddler. And like The Sun, I don't know if Jim Bob is paying them to write articles to try to make it sympathetic that he's suffering in prison. Like, nobody cares. And I don't really talk about the Duggars that much because they're all like unwilling to talk about what happened and address the elephant in the room. And all of their books are bullshit.
Their getting prepared for marriage book scares me. And I don't really know how accurate any of that is.
He definitely holds people's pockets while walking. Oh. And like, I'm not interested in hearing any one of the kids talk about leaving when they don't talk about the abuse or they don't talk about Josh. Like, I'm sick of them just trying to stay famous and ignoring the huge problem in their family. Like, he's disgusting. Okay. He doesn't deserve our words. Yes, he's a child diddler. Like, covering that trial was the worst time of my life, honestly. But I was one of the first people to say what he was being arrested for, and nobody believed me, and I got so much shit for that. Now, if you are actually a victim of Bree and you can pay her light bill, come up and chat. You guys, Bree can't pay her electric bill or water bill. It was like $300. Yeah. She needs money for her electric bill, you guys. Please help pay it so that she can ignore her husband more while she's live and douche meth for 13 hours. You just saw a screen recording. This is what I've been posting all over the talk. Oh, look, it's Gypsy trying to be cute. Feeling cute today, might go murder my mom. Feeling cute today, might pretend to be disabled. Okay.
Feeling cute today, might go steal a wish from a child that actually needs it.
Feeling cute today, might go steal and make a wish.
Feeling cute right now, might turn into Ruby later.
Yep. Oh, God. How did anyone see her at a Make-A-Wish and think that there was, like, she was a child? It's like she looks like they intentionally gave her the worst glasses. Bree had the nerve to say to Ethan that they are bullying a disabled person. Who? Gypsy? Are they trying to say they're bullying Gypsy because she's disabled? But I thought they've been spending like 20 years, the last 10 years, saying that there's nothing wrong with Gypsy. So I'm confused. Which is it? I don't bully Gypsy. So they want her to be disabled when it works for them, but then when they want her to be a victim, she's not disabled. And then went on to make claims that Nickhead did for his supposed... Yes. Those are the welfare glasses you get for telling... Yes. So, Gypsy, she said that the worst thing that people... Like, the most abusive messages that she gets from people... Do you know what she said? She said the most abusive and hurtful things that people say to her is that she's a schmurderer.
Which is probably one of the worst things next to a pedophile or a rapist that you could say to somebody.
Yeah. She's allergic to the truth. Is Bree live? Is that why? I don't like to pay her attention. I'm feeling cute. I might go steal a wish from a disabled child.
Feeling cute, might go walk around the neighborhood and sleep with married men.
Feeling cute, might go on Facebook and lure 50-year-old men into my bedroom. Feeling cute, might call Dan and see if I can go meet him at the hospital after he gets beat up, hang out with his felon friends.
I actually called Dan from jail and was like, we can be together now. My mom is gone. It's fine.
No, she didn't. Did she really? No, she didn't.
He came out and said he did. And when his sworn statement, when he was trying to help Nick, he definitely did. He said that she called him from jail.
Dan's kind of a narcissist, though.
Feeling cute, might go text Ryan to make Ken mad.
Yes, feeling cute, might go text Ryan to make Ken mad. Feeling cute might go dox everyone and say that Katie's been kicked out of the Blanchard family.
Your blood is too pure to be in that family. It doesn't interlope with each other. You have too many
I'm not a product of incest. That was Miss Fancy Pants trying to tell Bree that bots can be made. That was Bree telling Fancy Pants that she'll pay her back. This is Sheena telling everyone that I'm the problem. That's her begging Aaron not to apologize to anyone. I have a bunch of screenshots of profiles. I don't know why. There's Bree again. There's Bunny yelling at President Midnight. I was getting so many screenshots today.
I don't understand how Bree's going to pay anybody back. She can't even pay $20.
I know. What is this? No. I don't know why I took that screenshot.
It was nice to see it. They looked happy. They truly did.
Oh, this is my text to the dead friend because I didn't know if she was dead because we're not sure if Dawn Brown really died or if she's pretending to be dead because that's happened before. That's one of Christy's friends that did all of her dirty work. And so I texted her and I said, is this Dawn's not? Because she started contacting me in July. This is Vicky. She's like taunting the fact that Fancy is in Missouri for their hearing. This is Vicky and she can suck a dick and Fancy. Oh, that's Sherry Ponder and Vicky like watching a live of Fancy laughing at her. That's Christy's best friend. I'm learning that Christy has a lot of best friends though. This is Vicky defending Gypsy. She is an adult and making her own decisions. Someone controlling her is a trigger. I've seen that. This baby won't be exploited.
Says the one that's posted every ultrasound possible.
He's listening to advice. This little one is going to be protected as much as possible. She's taking care of herself, getting the rest she needs, and enjoying life right now. It's chaotic at times, but I don't know if that will ever change because of who she is. Vicky's the one that said that Gypsy was too famous to work at Dollar General. Feeling cute, gonna insult the entire community by claiming verbal people can't really be disabled. Yeah, that part. Feeling cute might go get pregnant. Feeling cute might, offer my daughter to Nick.
Oh yeah, that's disgusting.
She's so gross.
I wonder how her crop tops are going these days. Has anyone she posted any updates on how she lost her crop top body? I just want to know.
God, she's so fucking weird. Okay, what else do I have from her? She said Gypsy met guys online and left the house to have sex. And Vicky says, and if that did happen, what does it matter?
I thought she was a married woman.
She's claiming that proves Gypsy had freedom. I don't know if that even happened. I've never asked. It doesn't matter which one of them didn't fuck someone else before their husbands. It just makes me livid. Like, this is how they justify. Like, they just don't care. And then she's calling Fancy fat. And then he's saying Ryan looks like Dee Dee. She wants to say Ryan looks like Dee Dee. Fancy looks like Uncle Fester from the Addams Family. Christy and I laugh about that all the time. This is them talking about Fancy. I sent these all to Fancy this week because I felt bad. I'm talking about Claude. I told Gypsy that writing the book was another form of therapy. That's what they tell her. They tell her that being on social media and telling the truth is for therapy. That's how delusional these people are.
For therapy to work, she'd have to admit she has a problem.
I know. This is Vicky saying that Fancy's a douchebag on YouTube begging for money. This is her feeling cute. This is the best. Feeling cute might go make frozen meatballs and ragu.
As I shared a cookbook that has the 0 recipe that I'm making in it just to hold it like I'm doing something.
Feeling cute might go write another book. Feeling cute might go cry while I'm folding laundry and that Ken isn't trapped. Feeling cute, I might have a meltdown and tell Ryan, you're just like the woman I murdered.
Feeling cute might go abandon my puppy.
Feeling cute might abandon Pixie.
Pixie.
Justice for Pixie.
Dog she had to have because she's mature enough and she doesn't understand why Ryan would say she wasn't, and then she just leaves her.
Feeling cute might go buy followers and bots. Feeling cute might pretend I'm an influencer. Feeling cute might go eat a brownie. Oh my God. He's eating a brownie and later he'll be eating me.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. And the fact that they thought to record that, tragic.
Feeling cute might make 3 men fight over me. I literally saw a screenshot today of Ryan and Ken fighting in text messages. And Ryan said, this is what Ryan said to Ken, okay, homo. And then Ken responded back, okay, limp dick.
What? Oh, Gypsy, like that's insane.
Yes.
It's like they want to see who can get murdered next. They want to be next on the hit list.
Yeah. And Ryan was threatening. He's like, I have an audio clip of Gypsy calling you gay. Like to Ken. And then Ken's like, and I've got you threatening to expose intimate photos of Gypsy. That's a felony.
I really hope they don't do that because that would just be tragedy for the rest of us. We'd all need therapy for that.
Feeling cute, gonna go get the D because it's fire. No, she calls him limp now. She had 3 boyfriends, Brian, Ryan, and Ken. There was like 12 boyfriends, you guys. Oh, that one I already showed you.
Hey, Trent, go get a life and get a different haircut because that's disgusting. You like got a mullet there. What's going on with that?
Every time I see Trent live, it makes me want to vomit. Okay, he must want to be like the 4th man on Gypsy's hit list.
Dab you at least once.
Feeling cute might con Miranda Lambert.
I know, look at her. How old was she in that picture?
Probably 20. Probably 20.
When I look at that picture, all I can imagine is her saying, sir, I need a lawyer, sir.
Feeling cute might kick Katie out of the family. It's true. Hi, Eminem. Feeling cute might cry for a lawyer. Feeling cute might call myself an author. We could go all night with this. I didn't realize how funny that joke was. Feeling cute might eat some royal mashed potatoes. And we will go all night. All right. What else? Feeling cute might con Blake Shelton.
Feeling cute might go dress up as Ruby.
Feeling cute might lick a knife.
Have a picture of her as Ruby.
My Rosie Gypsy Rose M word. Coming in December. Feeling cute might manipulate Nick. Feeling cute might call a guy limp dick. Feeling cute might pop in my dentures. Feeling cute might text Ryan. Feeling cute, my teeth are decayed, but gonna tell everyone it was unnecessary for them to be removed.
Feeling cute, gonna go shave in the bathroom while someone smarter as my mother.
You guys, Dee Dee already had a vigil when she died. And I want to be clear about you guys. I, as a creator, will never be supportive of any real life behavior. I won't support protests. I won't support people protesting Gypsy's book. I won't support anyone going real life. I don't think a vigil is necessary. She had a vigil when she died. My personal opinion is just to leave it alone. Don't harass a bookstore. There's a lot of content creators that like to, organize things for clout and it's just not genuine, in my opinion. I don't believe that there's anything genuine about Morbid wanting to organize a vigil. I really don't think he cares. I don't support anyone going real life, honestly. Oh my God, Dreamcraft Corner just joined my live. What the fuck?
Dreamcraft, can you come up and explain to me why you keep blocking me every time I come in your live, please? Can you come talk to me? I just want to be your friend. I really do. I just tell me your secret for your beard. That's all I want to know. That's it.
Dreamcraft, why are you here? Like, can you please tell me? Don't you have your mom's rugs to steal?
Why can't we be friends?
Don't you have someone to dox streamer? I thought you were against bullying. No, it's really Dreamer. It's very much her. I can see her. It's 100% her.
Can you please just come up and speak to me? I'm getting tired of getting kicked out before I can even say something.
They're like, unless you want to be a victim of Bree, I'll let you come up if you're a victim of Bree. But if you're going to defend this woman's gaslighting. So since we have an audience of Dreamer, I'd like to tell you a secret, Dreamer. Tonight I listened to audio of Bree talking to a friend and telling her that she told Gypsy to lie to her parole officer, and then she needed to come up with an excuse to get out of it. And she didn't know what she was going to do because what she told Gypsy to do was bad. And what got leaked and the advice she gave to Gypsy to lie was really bad, and she needed to cover it up. And then she proceeded to tell this person that Gypsy got drunk and was contacting inmates. And then after doing that, went live and told everyone that really what happened was Katie Joy was being nosy and I was a liar and I was creating screenshots. And that's why. When I had nothing to do with that. She literally told Gypsy to lie to her parole officer, contacted her friend, called her, and then went live and said it's Katie Joy's fault. I have it all on audio, Dreamer. But since you probably need to steal your mom's meds, you probably don't care.
Won't she ever talk to me?
What'd you say?
Feeling cute might have nightmares about Dreamer tonight. I just can't. Dreamer is like a walking contradiction because she says, I'm against bullying, but then she is on panels with people that bully.
She's too busy brushing her hair for 45 minutes on live.
Like, how do you say you're against bullying and then your friend is Bree? Like, how are you going to be Bree's friend and then be like, I'm against bullying? And she's literally telling Gypsy to lie to her parole officer and then calling her friend and saying, can you help me get out of this? I told Gypsy to lie to her parole officer. This is really bad. This is going to be bad. I got to fix this. And then goes live and then says it's Katie's fault and tries to say that I betrayed Gypsy and Gypsy should just lie to me. And that's what she told Gypsy to do.
Jeanette's going to be in here next. Watch.
I think Jeanette's blocked. I was shocked that Dreamer wasn't blocked. And I thought that she blocked me.
What's up?
She blocked my alt account today.
Oh, if Dreamer came in here and seen this, they're all coming.
Feeling cute might ask for a lawyer. They're probably in their secret Discord with Brianna being like, all right, next week we're going to extort Katie so that she stops talking about us and exposing that we're extorters and blackmailers and doxers.
Do you remember when they used to send people into the live to get on the panel as like some sort of hate ritual? Like they would definitely say, I support Brianna 100%.
Yep. It's like they're pledging allegiance to a cult leader. She made a video about you? Yeah. Bree's made 8,000 videos about me.
She keeps recording the lives and putting us all up there and then saying stuff, but she won't ever let us in to talk to her. She just hates us.
So here's the thing, what I think is funny, like they make all these videos about me, and I've noticed that content creators on TikTok get really offended when people make videos about them. But here's the thing, if you're going to go on a channel and have a channel where you talk about other people can make videos about you. So I really don't care if people do that. It doesn't bother me. Every time Bree opens her mouth, she lies. And if Dreamer said anything about me, I would just laugh in her face. Like, I find it hysterical that content creators get offended when someone else makes a video about them. Like, you need to have a thicker skin.
Why is her nostril so big? What is she doing?
I don't know. It's very weird. I don't know why her face is always so close.
Katie, we know why her face is so close. We know why.
Why?
You sent me the picture as to why.
Bree did a video and she said she was fat, and I don't think that's. I don't. Even if she was, she wouldn't have to. And even if she was overweight, she wouldn't have to be that close to the screen.
She's that close because she has. She said that she's what's it called? I don't know, embarrassed about it because Starlight posted an entire picture of her, like all her pictures up of what she actually looks like, and she cried and had a meltdown.
But then she did a video and she showed her whole body.
Yep.
But why would she care if she's like? She did a whole video and said that she was fat and she loved her body and she was wearing a crop top. So then why would she care to hide her body?
I don't. It was after that, wasn't it?
And I really don't care, like, about people's sizes. I'm not a body shamer by any means. Like, you can be whatever size you want to be. There's no love lost with that. I don't care.
We don't.
I just think if you feel like you have to hide, that makes me, like, feel sad for someone. But it's hard because I don't have empathy for Brie, so. Feeling cute, I almost had empathy for Brie, and then I had to stop myself.
That pink eyeshadow, she's got it. That palette's almost got to be out by now. I guarantee it's almost out. Has to be.
Yeah. But why is her face so close up? Why are you Blue Cross Blue Shield? Like, who the fuck? What is this? This is weird. They're really into Morphe palettes, and I think, like, is Louisiana behind the times? Morphe isn't cool anymore.
Morphe's a Target brand now at best.
Oh my God, I saw a screenshot today of Gypsy.
Stop.
Do you know what her excuse about, do you know what she told someone about Jeffree Star?
After he turned her down for a collab.
Yeah. Do you know what her excuse is?
What was it?
I don't even know who Jeffree Star is. I only went live with him because Christy told me to. Christy wanted me to do it. And then Christy reached out to him and thought it would be great to collab. But I didn't want it. So she blamed it all on Christy. Christy literally thought Jeffree Star would make makeup for her and Gypsy. Like they could do a makeup collab.
Wow, that's delusional. He has his own brand. Why would he? Was he going to call it Murderer Pink?
And then Jeffree said that I think she thought she was going to collab with me, and I'm not making makeup for a schmurderer.
Lay down.
Tracy, get a life.
Feeling cute might make a makeup collab. Malingering mask palette. Malingering wheelchair palette. Like, how delusional is Christy that she thinks that Jeffree Star is going to collaborate with them? One of the colors on the palette is Toothless Pearl White, Ruby Red, Barney Purple Shadow, oh, Diaper Brown, Brown Diaper.
Grifter Yellow,
Purple Princess. Gypsy watches Shade 97 Rigor Mortis. Red Rum Rogue. Barney Purple. Why do you keep the same account just showed up with they must have like 13 accounts. That same picture, it's like Donatella Versace.
No.
Slay Your Mom Red, Stabbing Silver, Royal Mash Beige, Toothless White, Mickey Button Magenta.
A lip smacker collab. No.
You guys are amazing. Doo-doo Brown.
Doo-doo on the wall.
There was doo-doo on the walls. Michael Jackson. He was in like there was doo-doo on the walls when he was in prison, when he was in jail. Possum Gray. 3 guys in a baby blue. Saliva silver. Jumpsuit orange. Shank silver.
Pen pal peach.
Pen pal peach. Oh, what is it called when they're like pillow queen pink? Pillow queen pink. Ryan Rogue, Ruby Possum.
Pixie periwinkle.
Pillow princess pink. There we go. D is fire red. Oh God, I'd die if a penis was red. That's like a cat. Demona black. Sunny D orange. 1 bus pass blue. 1991 birth date Medicaid pass yellow. Pill poppin' pink. I've got a Chad green. Nina's panini pressed green. Bayou Mafia gray. Vicodin 1 white. Need a lawyer brown. Sugar high. Grifty green. You guys are hilarious. Ooh, that's serious. Wow, this person, Tracy, has like, this is her 3rd account.
Tracy, go find a freaking friend, man.
That's like her 3rd account. Imagine like impersonating a mob wife. Tell me you're not from the Bayou without telling me you're from the Bayou. You know, I should have known better when Christy Blanchard told me she loved the Chrisley show. She thought they were hilarious. Also,
extremely fake and scripted myself.
Also, Christy used the N-word with the hard R. Just telling you. Manipulation Mauve. Matricide Mauve. Daddy Issues Highlight.
Daddy Issues Highlight for the win.
Christy says the N-word with a hard R. Ain't gonna bring me down. Red. Lizard licking teal. Shoplifting sage. Adultery teal. I'm on a high gloss. God, you guys are like, you are not disappointing in the chat. Felon fuchsia. Micro deletion magenta. That shouldn't be funny, but that made free Ken Urker. Felon fuchsia.
Where's Ruby? Where's Ruby when we need her?
Ken was missing till 5 a.m. Gray. What? Can't pay my light bill. Yellow.
That's gonna be can't pay my light bill black. She's gonna have no lights.
Oh yeah, that's true. Can't pay my water bill brown because her water will be brown. Jabbed my mama Jade. Jabbed my mama Jade. Fabric sheen. Oh my God. All right, you guys, I gotta go. I gotta take my meds and get to bed. But this was fun.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. You damn right.